A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better taste. Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Lucky's Taste Better. Friends, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco. There's no substitute for fine tobacco, and don't let anybody tell you different. Yes, Lucky's taste better. Because their fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into the cigarette proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. Let me repeat that. Proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. That's not an empty claim. That's a fact, verified by leading laboratory consultants. For example, Froling and Robertson of Richmond, Virginia, who report, "It is our conclusion that Lucky Strike is the best made of these 5 major brands. So don't be misled by double talk. Remember the facts. Enjoy fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco in the cigarette that tastes better, Lucky Strike. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. When you buy cigarettes, remember, Lucky's taste better. And right now, Lucky's are available in bright, festive Christmas cartons. So this year, make it a happy-go-lucky Christmas. Give all your friends Christmas cartons of Lucky Strike, the cigarette that tastes better.
Be happy, go lucky strike today.
The Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wolfe. Ladies and gentlemen, Christmas is just 2 days away. So let's go out to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills, where we find Jack and Rochester busily trimming the tree.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Santa Claus works once a year, but I work every day. Jingle bells, jingle bells.
Rochester, look at it. If you're just going to stand there singing, we'll never get this tree decorated. Give me another ornament, will you, please?
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thanks. I think I'll put this one right here. Now, that's pretty. Now, give me another one, will you, Rochester?
Yes, sir. Here you are.
Thank you. Now, I'll put this one on this branch. Just a few more and we'll be finished. Rochester, this time give me a big one.
Coming up. Here you are.
Oh, boy, this is really a big one. I think I'll hang this one up near the... Oh, darn it, I broke it. And I try to handle it so gently.
Boss, next year, why don't you buy ornaments instead of having me blow them out of bubble gum?
Never mind. Now, Rochester, I better put this star on top of the tree, and then we'll all... I can't reach the top of it.
I'll run out to the garage and get the ladder.
No, that'll take too much time. The gang will be here any minute, and I want this tree finished. I know what. You bend over, and I'll stand on your back.
Okay. Like this?
Yeah. Now, hold still while I get up on your back. There. Now, hold still, Rochester. Now, I'll reach up and put the star right up on...
Coming!
Rochester! Ooh.
Oh, my goodness, boss. Boss, are you hurt?
Rochester, you knew I was standing on your back. Why did you move?
It's your own fault.
My fault?
Yeah, you work me like a fire horse, and when I hear a bell, I gotta go.
Oh.
Coming!
Fire horse.
Hello? No, I'm sorry.
Who was that?
False alarm.
Now, Rochester, I want to put this star up on the top of the tree, so will you please try... You better answer the door first.
Yes, sir. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun is it?
Hello, Rochester. Merry Christmas.
Arnhem, Merry Christmas to you, too, Miss Livingston. Come on in.
Hello, Jack. Have any of the other...
Hold it, Mary. Hold it. Don't move.
What?
You're under the mistletoe. Here I come. There. How was that, Mary? Mary, where are you?
I'm over here. You kissed the bridge lamp.
What?
You always close your eyes too soon.
Well, of course I closed my eyes. I was being romantic.
Romantic?
Yeah. What are you laughing at?
When you came at me with your lips puckered up, you looked like the super chief whistling at a crossing.
Super chief. Some joke.
I'm only kidding, Jack. What about these presents I brought? Where shall I put them?
Oh, presents, huh? Well, let's go in the living room, put them under the tree. Rochester, what are you doing?
I'm putting snow on the branches.
Oh, good. Well, Mary, how do you like my Christmas tree?
Oh, Jack, it's beautiful. And I've never seen such unusual ornaments.
Yes, they are, aren't they?
You know, but this one should be moved a little toward the... Jack, the ornament exploded, and all I did was touch it like... There goes another one.
I heard it. You and your sharp fingernails.
Rochester, what are you doing?
I'm blowing replacements.
That's good, Rochester.
Jack, everybody will be here soon. Help me put my gifts around the tree.
Okay, Rochester, run upstairs and bring mine, too, will you?
Yes, sir.
Well, Mary, you certainly brought enough packages.
You're not kidding. To get them over here, I thought I'd have to get a wheelbarrow.
A wheelbarrow?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, say, that reminds me, Mary, of a wonderful story that's going around. It's so funny, I gotta tell it to you. Listen to this, Mary. There was a man who was working at the place where they make the atomic bombs in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. And as you know, everything they do there is top secret, see? And one day at quitting time, this man was going through the gate pushing a wheelbarrow filled with Excelsior, see? When the guard... excuse me.
Package for Mr. Benny.
I'll take it, boy.
Yes, sir. Sign right here.
Certainly. There.
Thank you.
Just a minute, boy. Here's a tip for you.
Thank you.
Mary, look at this beautiful package that just came. Isn't it the... Boy, you can go.
Aren't you going to open it?
What?
The package. Please open it.
Why should I open it?
You've got to. I can't stand it any longer. For 2 weeks now, without a day off, I'm delivering Christmas packages. Big ones, little ones, green ones, red ones, blue ones, white ones.
Look, boy.
I keep trying to guess. What's in these packages? The big ones, the small ones, the green ones, the red ones.
But, boy, take it easy.
I can't help it. At night when I get home, I can't eat. I can't sleep. I keep thinking. What's in these packages? The red ones, the green ones, the big ones. It's driving me nuts.
Look, fellow.
Please open it.
All right, I'll open it.
He's going to open it. Hurry.
Well, control yourself. I'm opening it. There, it's open. It's for my brother-in-law, Leonard Fenchel.
I don't care who it's from. What is it?
Here it is, see? It's an ashtray.
Oh, goody. It's an ashtray. Oh, no, I can sleep tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to know on Kentucky Circuit Day.
It takes so little to make some people happy. Now, Mary, where was I?
You were telling me a story about a fellow with a wheelbarrow.
Oh, yes. As I told you, everything is top secret at the atomic plant in Oak Ridge. So when this fella came through the gate with a wheelbarrow full of Excelsior, the security police noticed that... Oh, for heaven's sake, these interruptions. Excuse me, Mary. Oh, hello, Don. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, Jack.
Don, how come you brought the sportsman quartet over? We're not rehearsing.
Well, they have some packages they want to put under your tree.
Oh, well, come on in, boys.
Merry Christmas, Don.
Same to you, Mary. You too, Rochester.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Wilson.
Say, Jack, I've never seen such a beautifully decorated tree.
Well, thanks, Don. Say, what's that package you have in your pocket there?
Oh, that's a present for my wife.
Oh, what is it?
Well, it's something very unusual. She'll be crazy about it.
Well, what is it, Don? What is it?
Well, Jack, we have a family album at home, and in it are several pictures of me when I was in college, in high school, grammar school. And my wife asked me so many times for a baby picture.
Oh, that's cute. Say, Don, did you have one of those baby pictures, where you're nude lying on a bearskin rug?
No, so I went down this morning and had one taken.
Don, this morning you had a... Oh, well, it'll make a beautiful calendar. Anyway, Don, when you came in, I was telling Mary a story about a fellow who worked in the atomic plant at Oak Ridge, Tennessee. And each night, this fellow would go through the gate with a wheelbarrow filled
Jack, I hate to interrupt at such an interesting story, but the quartet has to leave.
Oh, so long, fellas. Merry Christmas. So the security police knew that the man was stealing something. So they examined the Excelsior, but they couldn't find anything, so they let him pass, see? Then the next night, this man came through.
Listen, better watch out.
Fellas, I'm trying to tell a story.
Jack,
you don't have to sing to me.
Santa Claus is coming.
I want to tell a story.
He's making a list and checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry. Listen now, Jack, we're telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. With plenty of luck, he's right on his back.
A garden or two for Mary and Jack.
Santa Claus is coming to town. And you can be sure that Santa is glad,
Bringing those lucky to Mother and Dad.
Santa Claus is coming to town. Now Santa knows that lucky strikes are milder, that is true. He also knows they're round and firm and they're so much better tasting to be happy-go-lucky. Better start now. Open a pack, we're telling you how. Santa Claus is coming to town on Tuesday. Listen, 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 listen. Santa Claus is coming to town.
That was very good, fellas. You can go now. So the security police once again took the Excelsior out of the wheelbarrow, see? And this time they really examined it. But when... Oh, for heaven's sake. Come in.
Hiya, kids. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Phil. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Jackson, that's a nice tree you got this year.
Well, thanks.
Have you decorated yours, Phil?
Yeah, Livy, you ought to see it. It's in the corner of the living room, and it's got a big gold star on the top, and it's loaded down with lights and tinsel. And then in the den, we've got all of our presents laid out.
In the den? Why don't you have the presents under the tree?
Oh, there's no room there.
No room? Why, what's under the tree?
My orchestra. We had a party last night.
Phil, you mean all your musicians are lying under the tree?
Well, all except Bagby. He's sitting there playing a piano.
Oh, gee, you must be proud of him.
I would be if we had a piano.
Phil, let me ask you something. Phil, if your boys had a party last night, how come you're in such good condition?
I'm on a wagon, Dad. Don't you know that I didn't take a drink during the entire month of December?
Why not?
I promised my eyes a white Christmas.
Oh, how thoughtful.
Say, Phil, what did Alice give you for a present?
Oh, I won't know that till Christmas, but I got her something beautiful, Liv. She's really going to get a kick out of it. I called up and ordered an Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica? That's a strange gift for you to think of. A set of books?
Books? Holy smoke, I thought it was one of them foreign cars.
Phil, how could you be so ignorant, mistaking the Encyclopedia Britannica...
Mary, leave him alone. That's a natural mistake. Anyone could have made it. Now, Phil, I'd like to ask you something.
Well, do, Jackson, do.
Well, it's about that package you have under your arm. If it's a present for me, give it to me already. If it's not, tell me so I can stop being nice to you. You know?
Hey, I'm glad you reminded me, Jackson, because it is for you.
Well, good. Put it under the tree.
No. Open it now.
Well, if you insist. Oh, Phil. Phil, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Jackson. I figured an oil painting would go swell in your den.
Well, it's really beautiful.
Well, what is it?
It's a picture of the sun rising over the downtown branch of the California Bank.
Yeah, I'll hang it between the pictures of my sponsor and Mr. Paley. You know, it looks so nice.
Hey, hello, Polly.
Oh, say, kids, I want to show you something I taught Polly to do just for Christmas. Oh, Polly. Now, Polly, recite the poem Daddy taught you. Now, come on, Polly. 'Twas the night. Come on. 'Twas the night.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house.
Go on.
Not a creature was stirring, not even a...
Come on, Polly. Not even a what? Not even a M-O-U-S-E. Moose. That's 2 O's. Stupid parrot. Oh, say, Phil, before you came in, I was telling the most wonderful story about a man and a wheelbarrow. I knew it. Come in.
Hello, everybody. Season's greetings.
Hey, kids, it's Mr. Kitzel.
Oh, Mr. Benny, I just dropped by to tell you I saw your television show last Sunday, and I enjoyed it to my heart's contentment.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kitzel.
The whole program was wonderful, but that French girl you had on with you was something special.
Oh, you mean that little French girl, that Helene Francois?
Yes, she was so beautiful, and what a figure. Like they say in French, cette fille est la plus forme voluptueuse.
What does that mean? Well, Mr. Kitzel, if you like her so much, I got news for you.
What?
Helene Francois is going to be a guest on my radio program next week.
Oh, Mr. Benny, how I would love to see her in person. Could you get me a ticket?
I think so. In fact, I'll try to get you 2 tickets so you can take your wife along.
Try real hard and just get one.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Not that I got anything against my wife. Bless her heart. In fact, for a Christmas present, she knitted me this tie I'm wearing.
Say, that's a very pretty tie, Mr. Kitzel.
Oh, this isn't all. Wait till I unbutton my jacket. Now look.
Oh, she even knitted a belt to match the tie.
It's still the tie. She didn't know when to start.
Oh, Mr. Kitzel, you're joking.
Well, Mr. Benny, I just wanted to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Same to you, Mr. Kitzel. Merry Christmas. Now, let's see. What was I doing before Mr. Kitzel came in?
You were in the middle of a joke.
Yeah, that's right, Jackson. You were telling us an antidote.
No, Phil, that's anecdote. Antidote.
See, I always thought it was antidote.
No, Phil, it's anecdote. A-N...
E-C-D-O-T-E.
That she can spell, but mouse to her is moose. You know, sometimes that bird... Well, I hope that's Dennis. Then I can tell the story to everybody. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Trick or treat.
For heaven's sake, Dennis, this is Christmas. Why in the world would you think it's Halloween?
I just passed Phil's house and there are bottles dumped all over the lawn.
Dennis, those weren't dumped. Phil had a party, and those are calling cards.
Oh.
Now, come on in.
Who is it, Jack?
Bernard Baruch.
Oh, hello, Dennis. Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Say, Dennis, I was just telling you... Dennis, what happened? Your jaw looks like it's swollen.
It is.
Why? What's wrong, kid?
I had a tooth pulled this morning.
Oh, that's a shame, Dennis. Was it hurting you?
No.
Have a cavity in it?
No.
Then why did you have it pulled?
My uncle's a dentist, and that's what he gave me for Christmas.
Well, that's the most stupid thing I ever heard. Letting your uncle pull your tooth.
Oh, it's not so stupid.
Jack's right, Dennis. How could you let your uncle pull your tooth for a Christmas present?
It looks silly in my mouth.
Why?
He already had it gift wrapped.
Dennis, do you mean that you...
Mary, are you going to go along with this thing?
Jack, this is so fantastic. I've got to find out.
All right, it's up to you.
Dennis, do you mean that you let your uncle pull one of your teeth every Christmas?
Uh-huh. And then I can't wait until my birthday, so he'll pull another one.
Well, why?
Well, that's how I keep my uppers and lowers even.
Look, Dennis, 3 more years and you can call me Gummy. Dennis, it's Christmas. Why can't you come in here just once a year? And, oh, my goodness, look what I forgot.
What?
This present here under the tree. It's for Ed, the man who guards my vault.
Well, Jack, that's certainly nice of you to remember him.
Down all the years that Ed has been down there, never once have I forgotten him at Christmas. Excuse me, kids. I want to go down there and give him his present. Gee, it's dark. I can hardly see the bridge across the moat. Oh, there it is. The moat looks empty without the alligator. I'll have to get another one. Mary had to have a purse for Christmas. Oh, well.
Friend or foe?
Friend.
What's the password?
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
That's right, Ed.
Well, I'll light a candle so you can see the combination on the safe.
Oh, no, Ed. I'm not down here to open the safe.
You're not?
No, I brought you your present.
Oh. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday.
No, Ed. No. It's Christmas.
Christmas? How time flies.
Oh, go ahead, Ed. Go ahead. Open your present.
I will.
There you are, Ed. Do you like it?
Oh, just what I've always wanted. A kite.
I knew you'd like it.
Gee, and string, too. Well, thank you, and Merry Christmas.
You're welcome. So long, Ed.
Goodbye.
Oh, Ed.
Yes, Mr. Benny?
I got the most wonderful joke to tell you. I hope you haven't heard it before.
Down here?
Oh, I forgot. Well, anyway, Ed, It seems that a man was working at the Oak Ridge Atomic Plant when one night he walked out past the guard with a wheelbarrow filled with Excelsior. Now, the guard inspected the Excelsior and found nothing in it, so he let him pass. The next night, the same man came along, and again he was pushing a wheelbarrow filled with Excelsior. But this time, the guard was very suspicious, so he checked the Excelsior carefully and still couldn't find anything. This kept happening for 10 days, till the guard was nearly crazy because he knew the man was stealing something, and he couldn't find out what. So the next night, when the man came out with a wheelbarrow filled with Excelsior, the guard stopped him, took him in a room, and said, "Now look, we know you're stealing something. If you'll tell us what it is, we promise you we won't arrest you or punish you. Now, what is it you're stealing?" And the man said, "Wheelbarrows."
I don't get it.
Oh, of course not. Silly me, I forgot. You've been down here so long, you don't know what an atomic plant is.
I don't even know what a wheelbarrow is.
Oh. Well, Merry Christmas, Ed.
Merry Christmas.
Jack, you took so long, we're all waiting for you.
Waiting? Where is everybody?
In the next room. They're all gathered around the piano. Dennis going to sing some Christmas carols.
Oh, good. Let's go in and listen. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my sponsor and my entire cast, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
The Jack Benny Program, transcribed, presented by Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better taste. Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Lucky's taste better. Friends, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco. There's no substitute for fine tobacco, and don't let anybody tell you different. Yes, Lucky's taste better. Because their fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into the cigarette proved, the best made of all 5 principal brands. Let me repeat that. Proved, the best made of all 5 principal brands. That's not an empty claim. That's a fact. Verified by leading laboratory consultants. For example, Crowley and Robertson of Richmond, Virginia, who report, "It is our conclusion that Lucky Strike is the best made of these 5 major brands." So don't be misled by double talk. Remember the facts. Enjoy fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco in the cigarette that tastes better, Lucky Strike. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. When you buy cigarettes, remember, Lucky's taste better.
Be happy, go lucky strike today.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wolfe. Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow will be New Year's Eve. But Jack has invited the gang over today for his annual pre-New Year's celebration. So let's go out to Jack's home in Beverly Hills, where we find Rochester preparing for their arrival.
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return.
Rochester.
Like the swallows at Serrano, turn to Campusano.
Rochester.
Huh? Oh, hello, boss.
Look, Rochester, I appreciate your singing my song, but my gang will be here soon. I want everything to be just right. How are things coming along?
Fine, boss, fine.
What about the eggnog you were going to prepare? Did you make it?
Uh-huh.
How do you fix that eggnog, Rochester?
Just eggs and bourbon.
Of course, I'm not much of a connoisseur of drinks, but that seems rather strange to me. I don't know. I wonder why anyone would ever think of mixing eggs and bourbon.
It's psychological, boss.
Psychological?
Yeah, you see, the egg makes you think you're getting something very helpful.
Uh-huh.
And the bourbon makes that fact unimportant.
Well, that's logical. By the way, Rochester, how much eggnog did you make?
Well, I cut it pretty close. You're having 5 guests, and I figured if there's a little left over, I can always take it to a party I'm going to tomorrow night.
Good, good. How much did you make?
50 gallons.
50 gallons? Hey, Rochester, you've got a lot of... Someone at the door, I'll get it. So they took the wheelbarrow and went down the...
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. You're the first one here. Come on in.
Say, Jack, how come you're having this party in the afternoon? Every other year you've had it in the evening.
Well, Mary, to tell you the truth, I have a date tonight.
A date? With whom?
Well, you know that pretty French girl, Helene Francois, you know, who was on my last television show?
Oh, yes. Gee, she's beautiful.
Yeah. Tonight I'm going to take her dancing. We're going to Charlie Foy's nightclub. You know, the supper club? You know what, Mary? This Helene Francois, she kind of likes me.
Well, what makes you think so?
Well, when I took her home in a cab, she kept snuggling up to me and whispering in my ear, "Vos chavaux, c'est chat."
Vos chavaux, c'est chat?
Yeah, I'll have to look that up.
You don't have to.
Why, what does it mean?
Your toupee is slipping.
Oh, well, at least she cares.
I'll say say one thing, Jack. She's a whole lot nicer than that girl you used to go out with, that Gladys Zabisco.
Now, wait a minute, Mary. Gladys Zabisco is a swell girl. She may not be the most beautiful girl in the world, but she's got a nice figure.
I know, but does she have to walk that way?
Mary, that's not her fault. She's nearsighted, and she anticipates the curb in the middle of the block. So don't be critical. Now, come on, Mary. How about a glass of eggnog?
Oh, sure, Jack. Wait a minute. Who made that eggnog?
Rochester.
Why,
what's the matter?
Well, last New Year's, I tasted some of Rochester's eggnog, and the next thing I knew, I was at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, you saw the game?
Thought nothing. I was playing left tackle for Michigan.
Oh, stop kidding. How come on one... I'll get it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Dennis. What time does the party start?
3:00.
Oh, what time is it now?
About 1:30.
Oh, then I guess I won't have enough time to shave.
Dennis, why should it take you an hour and a half to shave?
Haven't got the fuzz yet.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
It takes me 3 months to get a 5 o'clock shadow.
All right. Now hurry over here. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What a silly kid.
Jack, was that Dennis on the telephone?
Yeah, it was me.
Dennis, how'd you get here so quickly?
Oh, I was on the extension in the kitchen.
Oh.
I would have been here sooner, but I stopped to get a Coke out of the machine.
Well, Dennis, how about having a glass of eggnog?
Oh, boy, eggnog. That's for... Wait a minute. Who made it?
Rochester. Why not?
Last year I tasted some of Rochester's eggnog, and the next thing I knew, Mary was playing in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I know. Now, look, kids, as soon as we... Come in. Oh, hello, Don.
Hello, Jack.
Hello, Don.
Hi, Mary. Dennis.
Hello.
Come on in.
Don.
I wish somebody would take him out in a wheelbarrow. Don, would you like a drink?
Now, wait a minute, Jack. First, I want to show you something.
What?
Look.
Don, you're wearing the cufflinks I gave you for Christmas. Isn't that nice?
Don, you can take the card off. Everybody knows who gave them to you.
Well, I'm not taking it off. I want to make sure people know what a cheap gift Jack gave me.
What?
Jack, I've been with you 18 years. 18 years of loyalty and devotion. 18 years without missing one program. And you show your appreciation with a pair of lousy $1.98 cufflinks.
When? Talk about appreciation. What are you complaining about? That certainly wasn't such a hot gift you sent me.
What did he send you, Jack?
A gold watch, a wristwatch yet.
What's wrong with a gold wristwatch?
What's wrong with it? You walk down the street wearing an expensive thing like that, somebody sees it, hits you over the head, takes it away from you, and your money, too. That's what's wrong with it. Anyway, Don, let's shake hands and forget the whole thing.
Okay, Jack. I'm sorry. I lost my temper.
That's all right, Don. By the way, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Eggnog? Say, that's one of my favorite... Wait a minute. Who made it?
Rochester. What's the matter with Rochester's eggnog?
Last year I tasted some. The next thing I knew, Mary and Dennis tackled me in the Rose Bowl.
Everybody comes in with the same... Come in.
Hi, Jackson. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Oh, Phil. Happy New Year, Phil. Happy New Year.
Hey, Jackson, what's the idea of switching this party to a daylight affair? Don't you trust us with the silverware?
That's not it, Phil. I'm going to a nightclub tonight. I got a date.
With a girl?
Well, what do you think, a horse?
Could be. Oats are cheaper than orchids. Oh, Harris, you may not be Montgomery Cliff, but you found your place in the sun.
Phil, you can stop with those jokes and find your place under the table. I even put a pillow there. Now, would you like a glass of eggnog?
Eggnog? Now you're talking, Bob. Just please. Hey, wait a minute. Who made that eggnog?
Rochester.
Lead me to it.
Rochester, will you pour a glass of eggnog for Mr. Harris, please?
Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Harris.
Thank you, Roch. Hey, tell me, Roch, how do you make this egg now?
I use 1 egg to 5 quarts of bourbon.
Check. Well, here's down the hatch.
What happened?
You sure that egg was fresh?
It's fresh. It's fresh.
Well, here goes.
Well, Phil, how do you like it? Phil, how do you like it?
Hey, Jackson, what are you doing here at the Rose Bowl?
What?
Come on, Stanford.
I'm not at the Rose Bowl yet. Rochester, pour me a ticket. Now, Dennis.
You want me to go in, Coach?
What?
I say, you want me to go in, Coach?
Yeah. Report to the referee and sing a song.
Oh, okay.
Swell, Dennis. Well, kids, I have to leave soon to take Helene Francois to Charlie Poy's. Would any of you like to join us?
Well, thanks, Jack, but I can't make it.
No, me neither.
I'd like to go, Jack.
Good. How about you, Dennis?
Oh, sure, fine. I'll take Mary.
Okay.
Say, Mary, will you give me a kiss when I take you home?
Oh, I don't know, Dennis. I'll think about it.
Well, think fast, sister. I ain't blowing my dough for nothing.
You were blowing that line, though.
Jackson, what are you going out tonight for? Why don't you wait till tomorrow night? That's New Year's Eve.
No, I never go out on New Year's Eve.
Say, boss, why don't you do something different this year and go out?
No, I'm going to do what I always do and spend it at home.
New Year's Eve at home?
Yeah, at 5 minutes to 12, I tiptoe up to Mr. Berry's room, wake him up, he blows the horn, falls back on the pillow, and that's it.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at, Barry?
39, he says.
All right. Now, look, kids, I got to leave now and pick up Miss Francois. Come on, Mary, Dennis, let's go. Yeah, I like it here at Charlie Foy's, don't you, Mary?
Yeah, but Jack, you'll never get a table. It's too crowded.
Yeah, look at those people in that little room. Boy, are they jammed together.
That's the coat room. Those are coats.
Oh, I wondered why they didn't have their pants on.
Never mind. I'll get a table. Come on, Helene. Voulez-vous accompagner moi un tablé?
Oh, l'ambiance de la salle est très intéressante. Je suis si heureuse que vous m'ayez invitée.
Let's see, where's the head waiter? Oh, garçon. Garçon.
How do you do?
Are you the head waiter?
No, I'm wearing this flower in my lapel because I'm going to be afloat in the Rose Parade.
Now, don't be sarcastic. I'd like to get a table for 4.
Well, thank heavens you didn't ask for 5.
Why?
I wouldn't sit with you for $1 million.
Now, cut that out and get us a table.
All right, follow me.
Come on, kid.
Here you are, folks.
Say, this is a pretty good table at that, isn't it, Helene?
C'est très gentil, chérie. Et nous pouvons voir le spectacle.
Oh, oui.
Gee, what a crowd.
Wait a minute, where's Dennis?
Right behind you, mon chéri.
Well, sit down and let's order.
Say, pardon me, folks, pardon me. Have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't seen her.
Oh, well, thank you. And a happy New Year.
The same to you. Now, let's see. Well, something's going to happen here.
Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jesse Block, your master of ceremonies for the evening. Now, in just a minute, we're going to have some dancing. But while the orchestra's setting up, I've got a little joke for you.
Listen to this, Helene. He's going to tell a joke.
Funny thing happened here in the club last night. You know, this is a pretty ritzy place. And last night I saw a waiter carrying something on a flaming sword. So I asked him what it was, and he said, a customer. He only left a dime tip.
Hey, that was a pretty good joke, wasn't it, Mary?
What joke? I was here when the fire department came in and squirted water on you.
Oh, stop. Are you having a good time, Helene?
Oh oui, c'est la première fois que je vois un cabaret américain. C'est si différent des cabarets parisiens. Mais il me plaît beaucoup et je vous remercie 1000 fois.
Oh, really?
What'd she say, Jack?
I don't know. Something about how badly she feels that Joe DiMaggio is retiring.
What?
I don't know. Well, I guess we're going to have dancing before the show starts.
Hey, Mary, you want to dance with me?
Oh, sure, Dennis.
Gee, you're a swell dancer, Mary.
Well, thanks, Dennis, but don't hold me so tight.
Okay. Say, Livy, have you ever thought about getting married?
What?
My mother will up my allowance.
Dennis, stop being silly.
If you turn me down, I'll kill myself.
Well, give me a little time to think it over.
Okay, but not too long. There are a lot of dames nuts about me.
I know.
Oh, yeah? Name one.
Dennis, look, just be quiet and dance.
Helene, I'm so glad you're with me tonight.
I am glad too, chérie.
This is the first time I... Oh, Helene, there's a fellow coming over the table who seems to know you.
Where? Oh, oui. Oh, bonjour, mon cher ami.
Hélène, vous ici. Je ne vous avais pas vu depuis que nous étions ensemble sur la Côte d'Azur. Comment allez-vous, ma chère?
Merveilleusement. C'est si bon de vous revoir.
Il faut prendre un rendez-vous. Je serai ici seulement pour quelques jours, vous savez.
Alors, téléphonez-moi. Je vous donnerai mon numéro plus tard.
Oui,
et nous nous verrons.
Entendu. Au revoir, ma chère.
Au revoir.
Helene, who was that?
Maxi Rosenblum.
Maxi Rosenblum? Oh, I didn't recognize him. The beret covers up his cauliflower ear. Imagine meeting a...
Pardon me, folks, pardon me. Have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't.
Oh, well, thank you. And a happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh, Helene, look, there's the quartet getting up. Look, they're going to sing.
Ask me how do I feel, ask me now that we're cozy and clinging. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we kissed tonight, that's the way I just gotta behave. Boy, if I were a lamp, I'd light, or if I were a banner, I'd wave. Ask me how do I feel now that New Year will be here tomorrow. Well, sir, all I can say, if I needed some money, I'd borrow. And if I were a watch, I'd start popping my spring. Or if I were a bell, I'd go ding-dong, ding-dong, ding. Ask me, why do I choose Lucky Strike for my real smoking pleasure? Well, sir, all I can say, it's the one cigarette that I treasure. From the moment I took one puff, it was Lucky's for little old me. There's a cigarette, sure enough, that is round and as firm as can be. That's why millions of men always say it's for Lucky's they're yearning. So if I were a match boy, I know that I'd surely be burning. And if I were a cigarette, here's what I'd be. I'd be happy-go-lucky like LSMFT.
Okay, sit down, kids. We better order something to eat. Oh, waiter. Waiter.
Yes?
I think I'll have a ham sandwich.
Yes, sir.
Helene, what do you have?
Oh, alors, je vais décider. Je commencerai avec un potage à la reine, et puis une omelette aux champignons, alors une sole meunière, une côtelette de veau garnie, et une salade verte.
What was that?
She said she wants mustard on her sandwich. Oh, waiter, change my order. I think I'll have crab Louis. Dennis, tell him what you want.
I'll have spaghetti, Louis.
Spaghetti Louis?
I thought that was the waiter's name.
Of course not.
It is, too.
Louis?
You know, spaghetti.
Spaghetti?
I'm just stringing you along.
No. What a crazy guy.
Pardon me, folks. Pardon me. Have you seen my wife?
No, we haven't seen your wife.
Well, if you ever do, you'll know why I'm drunk.
What? Say, Mary, before we eat, suppose you and I have the next... Oh, go away.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our gala floor show, I'd like to say that we're honored tonight by having with us a very famous celebrity.
Oh, I wish they wouldn't do that.
Now, this gentleman, whom you all love, is a very popular star of stage, screen, radio, and now television.
Mary, give me your comb.
Here you are.
So I take great pleasure in presenting to you that popular idol of millions, Rodney Dangerfield.
Here's your comb, Mary.
Well, you've all seen Mr. Dangerfield in those outstanding Western pictures, and with a little encouragement, maybe we can get him to say a few words.
Thank you, folks. Thank you kindly. It sure is a thrill and a pleasure to meet so many of my fans.
What a ham.
I'd like to say that my next picture, Quo Vadis Goes West, is going to be even better than my last picture, The Cactus Blooms at Midnight.
You stole that from me.
And now, friends, I'd like to introduce my co-star who's right here at the table with me.
Take a bow, Desert Paint.
How do you like that? He even brought his horse. Helene, give me your handkerchief. Thanks.
Anyway, you folks didn't come to hear me talk all night, so I just want to...
Pardon me, Mr. Dangerfield, but would you please put your autograph on this menu?
Why, certainly, miss. So, folks, I just want to wish you a very happy and prosperous New Year.
Imagine introducing a ham like Rodney Dangerfield. Come on, kids, let's get out of here.
But, Jack, we ordered food.
I don't care what we order. Let him give it to the horse. I'm going home. Come on, Helene. I wouldn't stay here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have another celebrity with us tonight. None other than that very famous star, Jack Benny.
Well.
Are you going to stay now, Jack?
Certainly. What are you mad about? Sit down, Helene. Ladies and gentlemen, Master of Ceremonies, my worthy colleague, Mr. Dangerfield, and... Why don't you turn your head? Ladies and gentlemen, for a moment I want you to forget that I'm Jack Benny, that scintillating star of stage, screen, radio, and now television. I want to talk to you as one of your friends. I want to take this opportunity to wish all of you and yours, and everybody all over the world, good health and happiness throughout the year. And now I'd like to tell you just about my next show. My next show.
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first...
Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Lucky's taste better. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. Yes, friends, Lucky's taste better. Because their fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into the cigarette proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. Let me repeat that. Proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. That's not an empty claim. That's a fact, verified by leading laboratory consultants. For example, Foster D. Snell of New York City, who report, in our opinion, the properties measured are all important factors affecting the taste of cigarette smoke. We conclude that Lucky Strike is the best made of the 5 major brands.
And don't forget, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco. There's no substitute for fine tobacco. And don't let anybody tell you different.
So don't be misled by double talk. Remember the facts. Enjoy fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco in the cigarette that tastes better. Lucky Strike.
When you buy cigarettes, remember, Lucky's taste better.
Be happy, go Lucky Strike today.
Ladies and gentlemen, soon it will be 1952. And I would like to wish all of you prosperity and happiness for the coming year. But let us all hold foremost the thought that 1952 will bring better understanding between nations and peace to the world. Happy New Year, folks.
Transcribed, this is the CBS Radio Network.
Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better taste. Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Lucky's taste better. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. Yes, Lucky's taste better. For Lucky's fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into the cigarette proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. Let me repeat that. Proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. That's not an empty claim. That's a fact, verified by leading laboratory consultants. For example, Foster D. Snell of New York City, who reports, in our opinion, the properties measured are all important factors affecting the taste of cigarette smoke. We conclude that Lucky Strike is the best made of the 5 major brands. And don't forget, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco. There's no substitute for fine tobacco. And don't let anybody tell you different. So remember the facts. Enjoy fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco in the cigarette that tastes better. Lucky Strike. When you buy cigarettes, remember, Lucky's taste better.
Be happy, go lucky, go Lucky Strike today.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wolfe. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, in the Rose Bowl game on New Year's Day, Illinois scalped the Stanford Indians. So now we bring you a man who could use one of those scalps, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And, Don, you can stop vibrating because that was the worst toupee joke I ever heard. Not only that, but it was in very bad taste.
Bad taste?
Yes, I don't mind for myself, but it so happens that the Stanford coach, Chuck Taylor, really wears a toupee.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. I talked to Chuck Taylor right before the game. He's 31 years old, and he definitely has his own hair.
That was before the game. But when Illinois scored their first touchdown, his hair started to go. By the end of the third period, it was piling up on the ground, and all through that fourth quarter, it just laid there and turned gray. But, Don, that was really some game, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And, Jack, I heard you were sitting right on the 50-yard line. How'd you get such a good seat?
Well, Don, it wasn't easy. You see, even though I've lived in California for the past 15 years, I was born in Waukegan. So in order to get tickets, I called Governor Stevenson of Illinois.
Oh, and he got you the tickets?
Well, no. You see, he couldn't do anything for me personally, so he called Governor Warren of California.
Well, it was nice of Governor Warren to give you the tickets.
Well, he couldn't do anything for me either, so he called Mr. McMillan, the city manager of Pasadena, who got in touch with Nancy Thorne, the queen of the Tournament of Roses.
Oh, the queen got you the tickets.
Tickets? Well, not exactly.
Well, then how'd you get in?
I was the third princess on her right. I not only saw the game, but tonight I've got a date with the Stanford Center. You know, the way he raved over my blue eyes, I didn't have the heart to tell him. Don, who were you rooting for at the game?
Well, Jack, I didn't want to show any partiality, so I got a seat on the Stanford side and a seat on the Illinois side.
Don, how could you possibly sit on both sides of the... Oh, of course. And, Don, weren't you disappointed when you weren't picked as the winning float?
I would have won, but I was sabotaged.
Oh, yes. Well, better luck next year. Hiya, Dante.
Well, hello, Phil.
Hello, Phil. Don and I were just discussing the Rose Bowl game. Were you there?
No, not this year.
Well, you must have watched it on television.
I tried to, Jackson, but I turned it off.
Phil, how could you turn it off? It was a wonderful game.
I know, but I just couldn't take it.
What do you mean?
Look, Jackson, it's New Year's Day. I'm laying there with my eyes bloodshot, an ice bag on my head, the room spinning, and some character keeps yelling, "Look sharp, feel sharp, beat."
Phil.
If I'd had anything sharp, I'd have cut my throat.
All right, Phil. You've celebrated, you had your fun. Now it's time to work. The least you could have done is to see that all your boys showed up.
What are you talking about? The band's here.
Where's Remley, Sammy, and Bagby? Your hoodlum section is missing.
Hoodlum section? Now, hold it, Jackson. I don't think it's very nice the way you go on week after week insulting those three boys. They may not be college graduates, but they come from good families. They're sensitive, refined, and perfect gentlemen. And it's your fault that they're not here today.
My fault?
Yeah, if you'd have paid me more money, I could have bailed them out.
Phil, they're in jail? What for?
Cross the street in the middle of the block.
Now, wait a minute, Phil. They can give you a ticket, but they can't put you in jail for walking across the street.
On their hands and knees?
Oh, well, that's different. All right, Phil, I'll give you the money. Call up and get the boys out.
Okay, thanks. Hand me that phone.
Imagine crossing on their hands and knees. Hello?
Hello, is this the Lincoln Heights jail?
Well, Phil Harris, how are you?
Oh, fine, Captain, fine. Look, I called up about 3 of my boys. They're on the county again.
Which one?
The 3 with the tire marks on their backs.
Oh, those. I already released them.
Well, what about the bail?
I charged it to your account.
Oh, good. I thought I was overdrawn.
By the way, Phil. Hey, Phil, would you send someone down to pick up their belongings?
Their belongings?
Yeah, when we arrested them, one of them was carrying a piano.
I know it. One bottle opener, and they got to nail it to the Steinway. I'll see you later, Captain.
All right, so long, Phil.
Hey, it's all set, Jackson. They'll be back next week, and I just hope that you'll treat them a little nicer.
Oh, I will, Phil. I will. Who knows? Maybe that... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Well, you're here. Now, where's Dennis?
I don't know. He hasn't come in yet.
Well, how can we go on with the show if the cast doesn't get here on time?
Oh, Jack, don't be mad at Dennis. I happen to know something that you don't know.
Well, don't tell me. Let me guess. It's about Dennis, huh? I know. He's running for president.
Besides that.
What?
Jack, this is something you won't believe.
All right, what is it?
Well, all of a sudden, Dennis got a big crush on me.
Dennis? Has a crush on you?
Yeah. Ever since last week when I danced with him at Charlie Foy's nightclub, he's been sending me notes and little gifts.
Dennis has been sending you gifts? What did he give you?
Oh, a lot of things. Yeah. His Boy Scout knife, a bag of marbles, 3 bottle caps, a ball of tinfoil, a fish hook, and a dead frog.
Mary, you mean Dennis gave you all those... Mary, what's that you're wearing on your leg?
His bicycle clip. We're engaged.
Well, isn't that cute? So Dennis thinks he's in love with you, huh?
Yes, and Jack, do me a favor, will you? When he comes in, don't kid him, because he's so serious about... Oh, shh. Here he comes down.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Dennis.
Hello, Don.
Hi, kid.
Hello, Phil.
Hello, Dennis. Dennis, I said hello.
Mary, don't make it so obvious.
Obvious? All I said was hello.
I know, but look at how you're trembling.
Dennis, you're imagining things. She's not trembling.
What are you trying to do, break us up?
No, I'm not trying to break you up.
Say, Mary, come here a minute, will you? I want to look at you.
Oh, all right, Dennis.
Gee. Gosh.
Well, what is it, Dennis?
To think that you'll soon be my wife and Babe will be my brother-in-law.
That's nowheres on this page. It's better than what we had written there. I know that. Now, look, Dennis, I don't want to break up your romance, but for 2 weeks now, I've been anxious to see Death of a Salesman. So do you mind if I ask your fiancée, Miss Livingston, to go with me tonight?
Hey, you're wasting your time, kid.
Oh, I am, eh? What about Mary? Would you like to see Death of a Salesman?
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack, but I already saw it.
With whom?
Dennis.
Oh.
I'll go with you, Mr. Benny.
But you saw it with Mary.
Who looked at the pictures?
Dennis, do me a favor. Will you go ahead and sing your song?
Oh, okay.
I wonder why you keep me waiting. Charmaine cries in vain. I wonder when bluebirds keep on praying. Will our dreams be the same? I wonder if you ever think of me. Ooh, I'm waiting, my Charmaine, for you.
That was Charmaine, sung by Dennis Dayan. Very good, Dennis.
Thanks.
And now, ladies and gentlemen...
Oh, Mr. Penny, I want to congratulate you.
Congratulate me?
Yes, Radio and Television Daily took a poll, and you were voted Radio's Man of the Year.
Well, thank you, Dennis.
Don't thank me. I voted for somebody else.
All right, now behave yourself. And now, ladies and gentlemen... For our feature attraction tonight, we're going to present a sketch based on one of radio's most popular dramatic shows, Suspense. Now, in this sketch, I will play the part of... Oh, darn it. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Penny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, I was just starting my sketch. What do you want?
I thought you might like to know. A friend of yours from Waukegan just phoned from the Union Station.
A friend of mine?
His name is Cliff Gordon.
Cliff Gordon? Why, Rochester, he's one of my best friends. We grew up together.
He said you and he were born in the same hospital on the very same day.
That's right, Rochester. How did he sound?
Well,
what?
either you're over 39 or we had a very bad connection.
Never mind. Anyway, that's Cliff for you. The minute he gets in, he calls me. I hope you told him he can stay in the guest room.
Yeah, but he said he was going to the Biltmore.
But, Rochester, we have the extra room. Why didn't he stay with us?
I guess it was my fault, boss.
What do you mean, your fault?
At first, I didn't know he was your friend. I quoted him tourist rates.
Oh, yeah. Mike DeSalle set them for us. Huh? Well, Rochester, when did Mr. Gordon say he was coming over to visit me?
Tonight, about 8 o'clock.
Oh, darn it, and I wanted to see Death of a Salesman. Oh, well, I can see you some other time. Goodbye, Rochester.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss.
Now what?
They just brought back your Maxwell.
Good, but why did it take so long?
Well, it took 4 days to take off the roses and 2 days to drive it back from Pasadena.
All that trouble and no prizes. Well, so long, Rochester.
Goodbye.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I started to say, for our feature attraction tonight, we're going to present our version of one of radio's most popular shows, Suspense. Set the scene, Don.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will usher in the 1952 season by presenting a sketch fraught with drama and excitement, and well calculated to keep you in suspense.
My name is Aristotle Fink. It's an ordinary name. And I'm an ordinary guy. Until last week, I was a teller at the California Bank in Glendale. But now, I'm a teller at the California Bank in Beverly Hills. No, I wasn't promoted. The rain just changed our location. I live in a small cottage with my wife, Mary, and our 21 children. The reason I had 21 children is because at one time I hated my wife and wanted to lose her in the crowd. But since then, we were serenely happy until that fateful day that changed my humdrum life into a tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. That eventful morning started like any other. I had just finished my breakfast and turned to my wife and said, "It was a wonderful breakfast, dear, but I must leave you now and go to work."
I'll be waiting for you, darling.
I can't wait to return. I'll be counting the hours.
I'll be counting the children.
Good, good.
That reminds me, you better wake Philip up. I don't want him to be late for school.
Oh, here he is now. Good morning, Philip.
Good morning, Mother. Good morning, Dad.
Something always happened to me when he called me Dad. But I take a little bicarbonate and feel better. I had a few minutes before going to work, so I decided to have a fatherly talk with Philip.
Philip, have you given any thought to the future?
Yes, I have, Dad.
Good. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to lead an orchestra.
Oh, so you want to be a musician?
No, I just want to lead an orchestra.
But, Philip, leading an orchestra would be a waste of your talent. You are a great student. You are an educated fellow. You are a Phi Beta Kappa.
I are?
That's right, son, you am. And you're destined for greater things than...
Here's your school books and your lunch, Philip.
Thank you, Mother. Did you prepare something nice for lunch?
Yes, 2 chicken sandwiches, an apple, a banana, and your thermos bottle is filled with milk.
Milk? Yes, milk. This is a sketch.
Now hurry or you'll be late for school.
Goodbye, Mother. Goodbye, Dad. And I do mean Dad.
All of my children left for school, and it was such a beautiful day that I decided to walk to the bank. In fact, as I walked along, with the sun shining in my face, my heart was so filled with joy, I started to sing.
I wish I was a swinging, clinging vine. I wish I was a swinging, clinging vine. If I was a swinging, clinging vine, I'd only cling to the gal of mine. I wish I was a swinging, clinging vine.
Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, tell you what I'd like to be. Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, here is what I dream I'd like to be.
I wish I was a good old Lucky Strike. I wish I was a good old Lucky Strike. If I's a good old Lucky Strike, I'd be the cigarette you like. I wish I was a good old Lucky Strike.
Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, tell you what I'd like to be. Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, a Lucky Strike is what I'd like to be.
I wish I was an LSMFT. I wish I was an LSMFT. If I's an LSMFT, I'd be so very proud of me. I wish I was. Let's see.
Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, tell you what I'd like to be. Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, an LSMFT I'd like to be.
I wish I had a match somewhere on me. I wish I had a match somewhere on me. 'Cause if I's an LSMFT, I take that match and light up me. I wish I had a better voice on me.
Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, if I was an LSMFT. Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, everyone could take a puff on me.
I wish I had 100 million friends. I wish I had 100 million friends. If I had 100 million friends, I'd show them I had no loose ends. I wish I had 100 million friends.
Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, tell you what I'd like to be. Hi-ho, fiddly-dee, an LSMFT I'd like to be. Like to be, like to be, like to be, like to be.
I arrived at the bank, and this day was like all the others, with one exception. A man came to my window. A man who was destined to change my life story from a peaceful one to a tale well calculated to keep you in...
I didn't say it yet.
To keep you in suspense.
Watch it, fellas.
This man came up to my window and thrust a bill at me. It was a genuine $10,000 bill. I looked at him for a moment, then looked back at his $10,000 bill when he said,
Say, I'd like to change this.
But this is a $10,000 bill.
I know, it's the smallest I got.
Okay, I'll change it. Would you like to change in $1,000 bills, 100, 50, 20, 10s, or 5s?
I want it in pennies.
You want $10,000 in pennies? Why?
I got 500 piggy banks for Christmas.
I complied with his request. Also sorry that I gave him that joke. I gave him $10,000 worth of pennies, which he put in his pocket. And my eyes followed him as he walked out, leaving his pants behind. I then stared at the bill and realized that I, Aristotle Fink, held his treasure in my hand. Suddenly, a harmless thought struck me. My family had never seen a $10,000 bill, and it wouldn't hurt anyone if I took it home and showed it. As I entered my house, my wife was standing in the hall.
Hello, darling.
Oh, quick, come in. Shut the door.
All right, darling. Now, I want to show...
Don't talk. Help me close the windows.
They're closed now. Darling...
Wait. Help me open the airwick.
Airwick? What's the matter?
The shrimp boats are coming.
That's not important now. Darling, I have a surprise for you.
For me too, Dad?
Yes, for you too, Philip.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Philip. Must you always go around with your pants dragging?
I can't help it, Mother. I don't have a belt or anything to keep them up with.
Why, Philip, to hear you talk, a person would think I don't make enough money to keep you in suspenders.
I said suspenders!
Stupid hoodlum. Section.
What's the surprise, dear?
Something I want you all to see. Philip is here. Call the rest of the children.
Okay. Sam, Peggy, Hilda, Milton, George, Ada Marie, Ellen, John, Hillard, Jeanette, Bonnie, Jean, Stephen, Terry, Harriet, Albert, Julius, Crenshaw, Pito, and Sepulveda.
All of our children got along well, except Pico and Sepulveda. They kept crossing each other. Suddenly the door opened, and the children ran in. When I was a young man, I never dreamed that I, Aristotle Fink, would ever have so many children.
The children all here, darling. Now tell them about your surprise.
Okay. Now listen, you little Fink. I want to show you this. It's a $10,000 bill. Here, take it. Philip, why aren't you looking at the $10,000 bill?
That don't mean nothing to me. I've seen them before.
You have?
Yeah, there's a little blonde in my class named Alice who's loaded with them.
No. All right, children, give me back the bill. Children.
Somewhere on the tour, through the hands of my children, the $10,000 bill disappeared. I looked for the money all that night, but couldn't find it. And the following morning, when I went to work, the president of the bank sent for me. I walked into the office of this very rich man. He was sitting at his desk playing tiddlywinks with silver tiddly. I looked at him timidly and said,
You sent for me, sir?
Yes. Do you know that $10,000 is missing from your account?
Yes, sir.
Did you take it?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that was nice?
No, sir.
Well, watch it next time.
But I didn't steal it, sir. I only took it home to show it to my wife and kids.
I know you didn't mean to steal it, but it's out of my hands now. There's a police inspector outside. Miss Jones, send the inspector in.
Suddenly the door opened, and the policeman walked in carrying a pair of handcuffs. He walked over to us and said,
Okay, put these on, Fatso.
Not me. He's the guilty one.
Oh, are you a Fink?
Yes.
What's your name?
You just said it, a Fink.
Well, what do you think, Fink? You're going to the clink?
Oh, no, I'm not. Come one step nearer, and I'll stab you.
Look out, he's got a knife. Don't be a fool. Put down that knife.
Oh, yeah? Take that.
Get away from me. Don't come near me with that knife. I haven't done anything.
Oh, yes, you have. And I'm going to stab you, too. Take that.
I didn't shoot them, folks. I stabbed them. But the sound man is still sore at me on account of the lousy Christmas present I gave him. And that is my story. Now I'm in my cell in the state prison awaiting my execution tomorrow night. But in the cell next to me is a traveling man named Frederick, who was convicted of killing his wife by hitting her over the head with his sample case. In a few hours, Frederick walks his last mile to the electric chair. Oh, it's small consolation. But before I go, I'll finally get to see Frederick March in Death of a Sailor. A picture well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Jack, we'll be back in just a moment, but first...
Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Lucky's taste better. Friends, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco. There's no substitute for fine tobacco, and don't let anybody tell you different. Yes, Lucky's taste better. For Lucky's fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco goes into the cigarette proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. Let me repeat that. Proved the best made of all 5 principal brands. That's not an empty claim. That's a fact, verified by leading laboratory consultants. For example, Rowling and Robertson of Richmond, Virginia, who report, "It is our conclusion that Lucky Strike is the best made of these 5 major brands." Friends, to get the facts that you as a smoker will want to know about cigarette quality, to learn the plain, simple truth about the important factors that affect the taste of a cigarette, send for your free copy of a new booklet, What Makes Lucky Strike Taste Better. Just drop a card to Lucky Strike, Post Office Box 99, New York 46, New York. That's Lucky Strike, Post Office Box 99, New York 46, New York.
Be happy, go lucky strike today.
Good night, folks.
This is the CBS Radio Network. Program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go out to Jack Benny's home in Beverly Hills. It's morning, and Jack has just finished his breakfast.
Did you have enough to eat, boss?
Oh, yes, plenty. Quiet, Polly. Rochester, this breakfast was wonderful. The coffee was delicious.
Thank you.
The bacon was cooked just the way I like it.
Thank you.
And the eggs were absolutely perfect.
Thank you.
Polly, did you lay those eggs?
Because you tell me I'm too young.
Oh, isn't that cute? Rochester, how long has Polly been laying eggs?
Ever since you put that light bulb in her cage and kept pointing to it.
Well, it certainly took her a long time to catch on to what I meant.
Yeah, before she laid any eggs, she laid 3 light bulbs.
Oh, stop. Now, Polly, you know that
Oh, say, boss, you told me to remind you to call Mrs. Montgomery.
Oh, yes.
Who's that?
Oh, that's Dinah Shore. She's married to George Montgomery. I sent a copy of my song over to her house. I'm going to let her be the first one to record it. I'll call her now. When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return. Like the swallows at Serrano. Hello? Oh, I'd like to speak to Miss Dinah Shore, please. Jack Benny calling.
like the swallows at Serrano, return to Capistrano. For you, my...
Hello, Dinah? Oh, this is Jack Benny. How's George? Oh, I'm sorry I woke you up, but I was anxious to know something, Dinah. Did you receive the copy of my song? Good. Look, don't you think it's the most wonderful tune you ever... Oh. Well, don't you think that the lyrics are novel and... Uh-huh. But, Dinah, you can't judge a song the first time you sing it. You've got to analyze it, take it apart. I don't mean that way. Paste it together again. Well, look, Dinah, if you'll just take the song... Dinah? Oh, hello, George? But, George, look, I didn't wake you up. She did. Now, look, George, you and I have been friends for years, and all right acquaintances. But look, George, about my song, if you just ask Dinah to... All right, if I woke you up, I'm sorry. You don't have to... You're what? Well, if that's your attitude, it's okay with me. Goodbye. Well, we can cross him off the list.
You mean her?
No, him. He's going to stop sending us his laundry. Oh, well, I'm glad Miss Shaw refused to sing my song. I'd rather have a man do it anyway.
Boss, why don't you call Mary Alonzo?
Mary Alonzo?
Yeah, you sent him a copy last night.
How did you know?
We got it back this morning.
So soon? Well, maybe he liked the song and he's waiting for an answer. Rochester, get me his number, will you? It's in my personal phone book.
Yes, sir.
There's the door. I'll get it. When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. Boy, is Dinah making a mistake.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, Mary, come on in. What are you giggling about?
Oh, I just had to stop by and show you a love letter that Dennis sent me.
A love letter? Mary, you mean Dennis still has that crush on you? Oh, how do you like that? Let me see the letter Dennis wrote you.
Here, I'll read it to you. You know, it's really sweet.
It is?
Mm-hmm. My darling Mary.
Smart, too.
My darling Mary, I hope you won't think I'm silly, but I keep your picture on the wall of my bedroom. I didn't want my mother to know who I'm in love with, so I took a pencil and drew a mustache and a derby hat on you. I think I fooled my mother because now she's in love with you, too.
Lovely, darling.
And look how he finishes it. I love you madly and passionately, and will never forget the kiss you gave me when I took you home. Thanking you in advance for your next shipment, I remain yours truly, Dennis Day.
Well, that's the cutest letter I've ever heard.
Here's that number you wanted, boss.
Oh, yes. Excuse me, Mary. I'm going to call Mary Alonzo.
Mary Alonzo?
Yeah, he's going to make a record of my song.
If you say that you are sorry, then I will understand. 'Neath the harvest moon we'll pledge our love anew.
Hello? I'd like to speak to Mr. Lanza, please. Tell him Jack Benny's calling.
So, my darling, though we parted, come back to whence we started.
Hello? Hello, Mario? This is Jack Benny. I want to know how soon you'd like to make a record of my... What? But Mario, look. Well, now, why should you... But Mario. But... when? Well, if that's your attitude, Mr. Lanza, I'm not coming to that big party you're giving Friday night. Oh, I heard about it. Goodbye. Who does he think he is, anyway? That Mario Lanza. He won't sing my song, but that other song he sings.
Be my love, for no one else can end this yearning. Be my love.
I suppose that's a better song than...
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
Which song do you like better, Rochester?
Be my love, for no one else can end. Be my love.
All right. I merely asked you. There's someone at the door. Oh, hello, Dennis. Come on in.
Don't talk to me, you cad.
What?
Trying to steal my girl, eh? I'm going to thrash you to within an inch of your life.
Now, look, Dennis, you've got a cold.
Isn't it, Dilly? Now, don't try to change the subject. I've read about men like you. You take a poor innocent girl out of the make company, you get her a job on the radio, and then you think you own her.
Dennis.
I know every move you make, you wolf.
Look.
I've been sitting up in that tree in front of your house watching you through the window.
What?
Boy, do you look ugly in the morning.
Dennis.
I thought you'd never get into that girdle.
Oh, quiet. Now, look, Dennis, Mary told me about the big crush you've got on her, and you ought to forget about it.
Yes, Dennis, you're a nice boy, and I hate to hurt your feelings.
Oh, don't worry, Mary. You couldn't marry me if you wanted to. My mother disapproves.
Of me?
No, of me.
That I can understand. Now, Dennis, listen to me. Next week on my program, I want you to sing the song I wrote. When you say I beg your pardon... That kid's going to make an old man out of me. Come to think of it, he did.
Say, Jack, I better be running along. I've got some shopping to do.
Shopping?
I want to go to Jerry Rothschild's and get a shirt for my father.
Okay, Mary, wait a minute. I'll go with you. I want to get a haircut.
All right, come on.
It's such a nice day. Let's walk, huh? You see, Mary, there's Jerry Rothschild's in the middle of the block.
Well, where are you going to get your hair cut?
At Jerry Rothschild's. They have a barber shop on the mezzanine. So while you're getting your father's shirt, I can get my hair cut.
That's very convenient. Hey, Jack, isn't that Mr. Kitzel coming toward us?
Mr. Kitzel? Oh, it sure is. Hello, Mr. Kitzel. I said, hello, Mr. Kitzel.
And to whom do I have the pleasure of addressing?
Mr. Kitzel, don't you recognize me? I'm Jack Benny.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I just now came from the optometrist's office. He put drops in my eyes, and I can't see so well.
Oh, I hope they get better soon.
Thank you, Dennis.
No, Mr. Kitzel, this is Miss Livingston.
Oh.
What's wrong with your eyes, Mr. Kitzel?
I happen to be colorblind.
Oh.
You know, to me, yellow is brown.
Yellow is brown?
And that's not all. Brown is green.
Brown is green?
Also, to me, green is yellow.
Yellow is brown, brown is green, and green is yellow?
Yeah, and last night at dinner, the dish caused trouble. I saw my brother-in-law eating what looked like a hot dog, so I was smart and I asked, how do you like the cucumber? And he said, what cucumber? I'm eating a banana.
Oh, Mr. Kitzel, you're joking.
Well, Mr. Kitzel, we've got to be running along. I have an appointment at the barber shop to get a haircut.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? You know, for the same reason, my wife is right now by the beauty parlor. Oh, these women.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, last week on the cover of Life magazine, she saw a girl with a poodle haircut. So right away she has to get a poodle haircut, too.
Really?
Yeah. And personally, I'm happy. With her last haircut, she looked like a Saint Bernard.
Well, we've got to run along, Mr. Kitzel. Goodbye.
Goodbye, children.
Come on, Mary. Well, here it is, Rothschild's Men's Furnishing and Barber Shop. Let's go in. Now, if you want to get your father's shirt, the counter's right over there.
Oh, okay, yes.
May I help you?
Yes, I'd like to buy a shirt.
What size does your father wear, Mary?
Well, just a minute. I've got Papa's letter right here. He wants a 15.5 collar.
Sleeve length?
58.
58? Oh, lady, you must be mistaken. Why, the average sleeve length is 34.
Certainly, Mary. Why does your father want such long sleeves?
Well, Mama gave him a pair of gloves for Christmas, and he doesn't want to get them dirty.
What a family you've got. Look, Mary, while you're deciding on the shirt, I'll go and get...
you, Bud.
Huh?
Long time no see.
Oh, hello.
Jack, wasn't
Yes, that racetrack town. I always run into it.
Are you people through, or do you go into a dance number?
Never mind. Now, Mary, I'm going to get my hair cut. I'll see you in a little while.
Okay, Jack, I'll be browsing around the store.
Okay. When you say I beg your pardon, I'll come back to you. Da-da-dum, bum, 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 I'll return. Gee, look at all those beautiful suspenders and belts. I think I'll get myself a new belt. Oh, clerk.
I'll be with you in a minute.
Okay. Boy, those belts really look nice.
Hey, Bud. Bud.
Huh? Oh, for heaven's sake.
Come here a minute.
Look, fella, I'm busy. Leave me alone, will you?
Okay. Just wanted to know what you were doing.
Well, if you must know, I'm buying something to hold my pants up.
Like what?
A belt.
What? Get suspenders.
But I want a belt.
Belt hasn't got a chance.
It hasn't?
It looks good while it's going around, but at the end, belt buckles.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Take my advice and put your money on suspenders.
Suspender? Are you sure?
Well, look at the performance. Suspenders always come up from behind and finish in front.
I don't know what to do.
You can take my word for it. Suspenders will never let you down.
Well, I don't care what you say. I'm going to get a belt.
Okay. They're your pants. So long.
Goodbye. Oh, clerk.
Yes?
I'd like to get this belt.
Yes, sir. Would you like to look at suspenders?
Suspenders?
Yes, they're awfully good in the stretch.
Now cut that out! Just wrap up the belt. I'll pick it up after I get my hair cut. Gee, I'm in luck. All the barber chairs are empty. Maybe today I can get Mr. Drucker, the owner, to wait on me. Oh, hello, Mr. Drucker.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Benny?
I finally came in when you're not busy yourself. I'd like a haircut.
Certainly. Sit down and I'll get you a barber.
Huh?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Say, Harry, Mr. Benny wants a haircut. Will you take him?
Not me. Let Maury do it.
Not me. Yeah, how about you, Charlie?
No, thanks.
Now, wait a minute, boys. We've got to be fair about this. Who waited on him last time?
I didn't. When I finished, he offers me a tip. But my hands are full, so he says I'll slip it in your pocket.
Oh, at least you got something.
What do you mean, something? When I added up my money, I was a dime short.
wanted a shave, I'd do it.
You would?
Sure. Then when the police came, I could say it was an accident.
Hey, Mr. Drucker, how about my haircut?
Hey, just a minute. Well, boys, any volunteers?
Well, okay, I'll take them.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Benny. Mr. Gilbert will wait on you.
Good.
What'll it be, Mr. Benny?
Just a haircut.
Yes, sir.
Shall I take off my glasses?
You don't even have to take off your hat.
Don't be so smart. Just give me a haircut.
Yes, sir.
Say, Mr. Drucker, do we have to do it when there's only one customer?
Yes, you do.
What's that, Mr. Drucker?
We put in a barbershop quartet. Billy Getz, Artie Stebbins, Mervyn Leroy, and Junior Lemley.
Oh, what a quartet.
Good. You sing, boys. Down by the old mill stream, where I first met you, with your eyes so blue, dressed in gingham blue, it was there I knew that you loved me true. You were 16, sweet 16, my village queen, by the old mill stream, by the old mill stream. Down by the old mill stream, where I first met you, with your eyes so blue, dressed in gingham too. It was there that I knew that you loved me true. You were 16, sweet 16, my village queen, by the old mill stream, by the old mill stream.
Say, that was very good, especially Junior Lemley. Harry, don't take too much off the sides here, will you?
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Well, is our little customer happy today? How's the haircut coming?
Fine, Mr. Drucker.
Would you also like a shampoo?
No, just a haircut.
A massage?
No, thank you. I tell you what I would like. I'd like a manicure.
A manicure? Certainly. Just a moment. I'll get one of the girls. Oh, Miss Daniels.
Yes?
Mr. Benny would like a manicure. Will you take it?
Not me. Let Betty do it. Not me.
How about you, Goldie?
No, thanks.
Now, wait a minute, girls. We've got to be fair about this. Who took care of him last time?
I did. For a 75-cent manicure, I had to sit there and polish 20 nails.
20?
When I got through with his hands, he took his shoes off. I know what you mean. He did that to me once. Really? I didn't mind cutting his nails, but I had to play this little piggy at the same time. Then he gave me a tip and cried all the way home.
Mr. Drucker, how about my manicure?
In just a moment. Edith, you take it.
Okay.
Mr. Benny, the manicurist will be with you in a moment.
Thank you.
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask...
All right, Mr. Benny, I'm ready to give you a manicure. Just put your fingers in this bowl of water.
Certainly. Ow! That water's hot.
I know. I'm trying to melt your cold, cold heart.
Never mind. Just give me a manicure. Oh, Mr. Drucker?
Yes?
I think I want my shoe shine, too.
Certainly, I'll get a boy. Oh, Ray, Mr. Benny wants a shoe shine. Will you take it?
Not me.
Yeah, how about you, Danny?
No, thanks.
Now, wait a minute, boys. We got to be fair about this. Who was the last one to shine Mr. Benny's shoes?
I don't remember the answer, but that question was on a quiz program.
Well, somebody's got to shine Mr. Benny's shoes. You do it, Danny.
Not me, Mr. Drucker. I ain't got nothing against shining Mr. Benny's shoes, but it's murder getting around them pearl buttons.
Mr. Drucker, what about that shine?
Just a minute.
Oh, Jack!
Here I am, Mary.
Did you get your hair cut?
Yes, and I was going to get a shine, too, but I'll let it go. Oh, Mr. Drucker?
Yes?
Mr. Drucker, wait till I turn the page here. Forget about the shine. That's from the manicure. It sticks to my finger. Forget about the shine and charge the haircut to my account. Oh, Harry Gilbert, you gave me such a good haircut. Here's a tip for you.
Thank you, Mr. Benny.
Come on, Mary.
You say, Harry, did I see right?
What?
Did Mr. Benny give you $1 tip?
Yep. Spin that old man around in a chair 3 times and he don't know what he's doing.
Everybody, we're a little late.
Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Mark. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Program starring Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know the exciting story of Kurt Carlson, captain of the Flying Enterprise. But since we can't bring you that hero, we bring you a man who spent 2 days in a leaky canoe on Hollywood and Vine, Jack Benny!
Thank you. Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking, and Don, you did exactly what I thought you'd do. I knew you'd give me that kind of an introduction.
Well, what's wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with it. Since we've had this terrific rainstorm, every comedy show will be loaded with gags about the rain, the mud, the deep water. I mean, why can't we be different?
But, Jack, with all the rain we've been having, I thought the subject would be topical.
Well, we can talk about something else and still be topical. I mean, the weather's been cold, too.
What are you talking about? It hasn't been cold.
It hasn't, eh? Don, Jane Russell has been wearing a sweater just to keep warm. So don't tell me it hasn't been cold, brother.
All I know is the other day I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
What did you say?
I say all I know is that the other day I got up at 7 o'clock in the morning and took a long walk in my shirt sleeves.
Well, Don, you can do that. You're blubberized. You know what I mean?
Jack, if you mean what I think you do, I've got news for you. My doctor said I'm not fat.
Your doctor said you're not fat, huh?
He said the reason I look this way is because I've got small bones.
Small bones, huh?
Yes.
Don, a fish has small bones, and I've yet to see a halibut with 5 chins. So you can tell your doctor... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Well, it's about time you got to the studio. You weren't even here for rehearsal.
But, Jack, I couldn't help it. I left the house in plenty of time. It wasn't my fault that the bank was held up.
Bank held up?
Yes, I was driving down Hollywood Boulevard. I stopped for a traffic light at Highland when 2 men with handkerchiefs over their faces jumped in the car, stuck a gun in my ribs and said, "Get going, sister."
No.
They made me drive out Sunset Boulevard. When I slowed down to make a turn, they threatened me with the butt of their guns.
Why, those no-good cowards.
My leg got tired, and when I released the pressure on the gas pedal, one of them twisted my arm and the other one slapped my face.
Why, those dirty yellow rats.
Suddenly they pulled on the brake, jumped out of the car, said, "Here's something for the gas," and threw me a $20 bill.
Gee, what nice guys. I mean... Oh, now, Mary, did you make that story up?
Yes, Jack. Every time I'm late, you bail me out, so I thought I'd make up an excuse.
Some excuse. That's the worst story I ever heard. How you ever expected anyone to believe such a far-fetched, fantastic story, I'll never...
I'll get it. Hello? Yes, she's here. It's for you, Mary.
Oh, thanks. Hello? Yes? Yes, I would. Oh, no, you'll have to do better than that. Thank you. Goodbye.
Who was that, Mary?
Warner Brothers. They just bought the story.
Well, I'll be darned. Anyway, Mary, what was your real reason for being late?
Well, Jack, since my car froze 2 weeks ago, it hasn't been running right, and I couldn't get it started.
Mary, don't you know to keep your car from freezing, you have to fill your radiator with alcohol?
Alcohol?
Coming, Mother.
Well, I'm glad there's something you can talk about, Phil. I'm not paying you all that money just to lead that lousy band, you know?
I'll ignore that remark and discuss the subject at hand. Just a week ago, me and Remley were driving up to the snow country, and it was so cold that I stopped at a gas station and bought 6 quarts of alcohol.
6 quarts?
You should have seen Remley cry as the guy poured it in the radiator.
Oh, he must have felt awful, huh?
For the next 10 miles, he had his mouth over the exhaust pipe.
Why, Phil, he could get asphyxiated that way.
Oh, he was.
Look, Phil.
And now, having injected some levity into the program, I shall return to the podium and keep my big, fat mouth shut.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Phil, you weren't funny, but at least you were topical, you know? And now, kid...
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Well, Dennis, it's about time you got here.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I left my house in plenty of time. It wasn't my fault that the bank was held up.
What?
When I stopped for a traffic light, 2 men with handkerchiefs over their faces jumped in my car, stuck a gun in my ribs, and said, "Get going."
Oh, 2 men, huh?
Yeah.
They stuck a gun in your ribs, huh?
Yeah.
And I suppose you were very, very frightened.
Oh, no, I recognized them.
You did? Who were they?
Humphrey Bogart and James Cagney. They were making a new picture for Warner Brothers.
Gee, those studios sure work fast.
Then suddenly they told me to stop the car. They jumped out, threw me a $20 bill for the gas, and kissed me goodbye.
Kiss you goodbye?
In the original story, a girl did the driving.
I know.
Then I drove away singing in my Merry Oldsmobile.
You were singing?
Yeah, they decided to make it a musical.
Dennis, come here a minute, will you?
Huh?
Ouch! Jack, why did you punch Dennis in the nose?
I wanted the picture to be in color. Ladies and gentlemen, I really didn't hit Dennis. What you heard was done by the sound man. Isn't that right, Dennis?
Yeah, he punched me in the nose.
Now, Dennis, I want this program to be a musical, too, so let's have your song.
Oh, okay.
put my dreams to music. I learned how a song could start. I gave the world the music, but I gave you my heart. The whole world is singing my song, but I'll always sing it to you.
Well, that was very good, Dennis. And Phil, I must admit that the music sounded good, too.
Well, thank you, Jackson. It's about time you paid my boys a compliment.
Phil, I compliment these boys any time I feel... Wait a minute, Phil.
Huh?
I just noticed that Fletcher is back in the band again.
Yeah, good old Fletch. Got back 3 days ago.
Well, Phil, wait a minute. I thought Fletcher always played a slide trombone. How come he's playing a clarinet?
We had to switch him to an instrument he could play with his hands close together. We can't get the handcuffs off.
Handcuffs? Phil, what did Fletcher do this time?
He didn't do nothing.
Then why did they take him back to prison?
Because they changed wardens, and he's the only one who knows where everything is.
Oh, yeah? Then why did they put the handcuffs on?
Because they wanted everything to stay where it is.
Well, I'm glad I got that straightened out.
Say, Phil, how many times has Fletcher been on probation?
This is third semester.
Oh, Phil, say that word again, will you?
Semester.
Say it once more.
Semester.
You know, folks, at rehearsal, he kept pronouncing it seamstress. Imagine seamstress.
A natural mistake for a chap who likes to keep the audience in stitches.
Now, look, kids, let's stop all this silly talk and get on with the program, because tonight I have a great surprise for you.
Surprise?
Yes, I got a special guest to appear on our program today and sing the song that I wrote.
When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you.
What a song.
Oh, yeah? Last week you asked Donna Shore to sing it, and she turned you down.
Well, I'm glad she did, because this song is much better for a male vocalist. Don't you think so, Dennis?
Call me, madam.
Oh, stop.
Oh, Jack, when will you learn? Last week you tried to get Mary Alonzo to sing it, and he wouldn't touch it.
I know, and I'm glad, because now I've really got the best.
Well, then, Jack, for heaven's sake, who did you get?
I'll tell you who I got. None other than that inimitable stylist of popular songs, George Burns. That's who I got.
George Burns? Burns and Allen?
Yes.
You mean Sugar Throat?
That's exactly who I mean.
Well, I think Jack's made a very good choice. George Burns is an excellent singer.
What's the matter? You crazy or something?
Not crazy. You kids are just jealous because I wrote... Oh, hey, that must be him now. Come in. Yes?
I'm the attendant at the parking lot. And I'd like to talk to Phil Harris.
Yeah, what is it, fella?
I'm having trouble parking your car.
Why, what's wrong?
Well, every time I step on the starter, the motor sings Sweet Adeline.
Just leave it where it is. I'll be out soon.
Okay, but what'll I do with a guy who has his arms around the exhaust pipe?
Leave him there. Leave him there.
Boy, is he asphyxiated.
Gee, I thought sure that would be George. I wonder if he's left his house yet. I better call him and see.
Oh, Mabel. What is it, Rachel?
Mr. Benny's line is flashing.
Yeah, I wonder what Schmo Waters wants now.
I'll plug in and find out. Yes, Mr. Benny. Yes, just a minute. I'll try and get him. He wants I should get him George Burns.
George Burns? I wonder why.
Maybe Jack wants him to be a guest on his television show next Sunday.
Those two straight men. If it wasn't for Mary Livingston and Gracie Allen, they'd be a couple of bums.
I don't know. On second thought, they could do an act together. Jack could play the violin while George listened to it.
What kind of an act would that be?
Jack fiddles while George burns.
I made it funny.
Someday I may have my own switchboard.
Benny's line is flashing again.
Yeah. He's jealous because we're getting laughs.
Gertrude, what about my call?
I tried Mr. Burns' house, but nobody answered.
Oh, well, forget it. Say, kid, George must be on his way down. Nobody answers at the house. See, look what time it is. I can't understand why George Burns is so late getting here.
Maybe he tried to call you at your house.
Say, maybe he did, but I haven't been home for the past 5 days. I came straight from Palm Springs to the studio. Hey, the phone. That must be George now. Hello? Is this Sugar Throat?
If you mean lump sugar, yes.
Oh, Rochester. Rochester, what do you want?
Well, Friday you called me from Palm Springs to check on the damage the rainstorm did to our house.
Now, wait a minute, Rochester. At the start of the program, I told Don Wilson we're not going to do any jokes about the rainstorm.
This ain't no joke, boss.
What?
Our front porch is covered with a foot of mud.
Well, clean it off. Remember, our house is in Beverly Hills.
The house is, but the porch ain't.
You mean our porch floated away? Where is it now?
With the Flying Enterprise.
What?
I stayed with it till the Coast Guard told me to jump.
Rochester, stop being silly. These are jokes. The people in the audience are laughing.
They must be from Florida.
Well, not all of them. Anyway, I'll see you when I get home. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Let me see. $5 billion is 6%. Whoops. See, this summer I'd be sitting pretty. All that interest beside my unemployment check. Oh, well, I'll ask Mert.
Jack, will you stop dreaming and get on with the show?
Yeah, Jackson, let's get going. I gotta leave.
What's your hurry?
Well, Alice had a new dress made, and she asked me to stop and pick it up at the Semesters.
That stinks! Can't get one thing right. Anyway, we can't get on with the show. Hey, that must be George now. Come in.
Well, Jack, I'm here.
Hey, kids, it's George Burns. George, I knew you wouldn't let a pal down.
Of course not, Jack. What are pals for?
You know, kid, George and I have been friends for 20 years.
25.
That's right. We've been following each other's careers since the days of vaudeville. We don't make a move without consulting each other. Isn't that right, George?
That's right.
But you did have me worried for a while. What took you so long to get here?
What took me so long? I've been chasing you all over town looking for you. When did you change networks?
When did I change networks? 3 years ago. George Burns, of all people.
Jack, don't get mad at him. Remember, he's your pal.
Buddies. Now, kid, George came here for one specific reason. And that is to sing my
When
song.
I say I beg your pardon, and I'll come
Not
back
yet,
to
George.
you.
Not yet, George, not yet.
If you ask me to forgive
George,
you,
George,
I'll
hold
return.
it. Wait a minute, hold it. I had a special arrangement made for the
Whoa.
orchestra. Wait a minute. George, I had a special arrangement made for the orchestra. So first, I'll find out what key it's in. Phil, what key is... Oh, for heaven's sake. Phil, tell your boys to put away the dice and get back to their seats.
The boys ain't shooting dice.
And why are they huddled around the circle?
They're trying to get the handcuffs off of Fletch.
Well, tell them to hurry.
Oh, George, I should have asked you when you first came in. How's Gracie?
Fine, man.
She was gonna come with me, but last week she bought a little puppy and she went on to enter him in a dog show.
Oh, he must be cute.
Not only cute, but Gracie thinks this puppy is the smartest dog in the world. She even thinks he can read.
Wait a minute. Gracie thinks this puppy can read?
Yeah, when she bought him, the man said, when you lock him up at night in the kitchen, don't forget to put a newspaper on the floor.
And she thinks he can read?
Leaves the light on all night.
Well, look, George, about my song.
When you say I beg your pardon.
Wait for the band!
Boy, what an eager beaver.
Dennis, he's not an eager beaver. He's just anxious to sing my song because he thinks it's wonderful. Don't you, George?
Yes, sir. That song will sell more copies than My Tomato Ran Away, but I'll catch up to her.
Who wrote that?
Rogers and Hines.
What?
It has 57 choruses.
That's my pal. Always got a joke.
Buddies.
Now, come on, George. How about doing my song?
Okay.
Wait till you hear this, folks. Ready, Phil? Take it.
When you say I beg your pardon, and I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return.
Listen to that voice.
Like the swallows in Sereno, return to Capistrano. For you, my heart will always yearn.
That's my buddy.
When you say that you're sorry, then I will understand. 'Neath the harvest moon, we'll pledge our love anew.
That's an F sharp.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, my darling, though we're parted, come back to whence?
Yes, whence?
We started. And, sweetheart, then I'll come back to you.
George, that was wonderful. Absolutely
When I
wonderful.
say I beg you.
And believe me, you're through with it. Believe me, I'm grateful.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balter, John Tackerberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Mark.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Friends, smoking enjoyment depends on taste, and taste alone. Yes, in a cigarette, it's the taste that makes the difference. And you can taste the difference in a Lucky Strike. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. Yes, Lucky's taste better, and here's why. First, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, mild tobacco that tastes better. There's no substitute for fine tobacco, and don't let anybody tell you different. Second, Lucky's are made to taste better. In fact, they're the best made of all 5 principal brands. Yes, that's a fact. Established by tests measuring those important factors of workmanship that affect the taste of cigarettes. Tests made in the research laboratory of the American Tobacco Company and verified by leading independent laboratory consultants. So remember, your smoking enjoyment depends on taste, and taste alone. And you'll find Lucky's taste better. Always so mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. Make your next carton Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, strike today.
The Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Bill Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Mrs. Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the star of the Lucky Strike program, Jack Benny.
Thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking, and Mrs. Wilson, I must say you read that introduction beautifully.
Thank you.
Now, if Don were introducing me, he would have tried...
Hey, Jackson, what's going on? Why isn't Wilson here?
Because last Sunday on my television show, he made one little mistake. Just one little mistake, and he had a nervous breakdown.
No.
Yes, at the close of my television show, Don was supposed to say, be happy-go-lucky. But somehow he got mixed up and said, be lucky-go-happy. It was nothing.
Well, you say it's nothing because you don't understand the complexities of emotional reaction.
Complexities of emotional reaction?
And I know what I'm talking about. I once made a mistake. And for months I couldn't look people in the eye. I was shunned, a social outcast. My friends wouldn't talk to me.
Phil, for heaven's sake, what did you do?
I put a cherry in a martini.
No! A cherry and a martini. Why, Phil, I don't blame your friends for shunning you.
Well, I didn't mind that, but they tied me to a post and gave me 20 lashes with a swivel stick.
Phil, go sit down and stop making up jokes. Now, Mrs. Wilson, is Don really so upset about that mistake he made that he couldn't come to work?
Oh, yes, Mr. Benny. Last Sunday, when he came home right after the television show, I had to coax him to the dinner table. He just sipped at the consomme and nibbled at the salad, but I knew something was wrong when he didn't eat the T-bone.
Don didn't eat the steak?
No, the bone. He ate the steak.
Wait a minute, Mrs. Wilson. You mean to say when Don eats the steak, he eats the bones, too?
That's why we had to get rid of our dog. Such fight.
Oh, I can imagine. But, Mrs. Wilson, if Don is as broken up as you say he is, I better call and reassure him that his little mistake was nothing. After all, anybody could have said, be lucky, go happy, instead of be happy, go lucky. Such a serious thing.
Hello, Don Wilson's residence.
Jack Benny calling. Is this the butler?
No, this is the doctor.
Doctor? Oh, my goodness. How long have you been there?
Oh, I've been taking care of Mr. Wilson for the past week.
Past week?
He also has a nurse.
A nurse, too? Oh, my goodness. He must be a nervous wreck. Well, tell me, Doctor, when do you think Mr. Wilson will be ready to go back to work?
Well, when is your next television show?
5 weeks from now, March 9th.
Oh, good. By then, I'm sure he will have calmed down enough to shave.
Shave?
Yes, in his present condition, I wouldn't dare let him have anything sharp.
But this is ridiculous. Just because he made a little mistake and said, be lucky, go happy? Doctor, let me talk to him.
I'm afraid he won't talk to anybody. He jumped out of bed this morning and shut himself in the closet.
Well, you tell him it's Jack Benny calling.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Mr. Wilson. Oh, Mr. Wilson.
It's be happy, go lucky. Be happy, go lucky. Be happy, go lucky. It isn't be lucky, go happy. It's be happy, go lucky. Be happy, go lucky. So simple. How did I ever mix it up? I never mixed up that other one. Strawberry, raspberry, cherry, orange, lemon, and lime. Why couldn't I have said, be happy, go lucky. Be happy, go lucky.
Mr. Wilson.
Be happy, go lucky.
Mr. Benny.
Yes, Doctor. What did Mr. Wilson say? Be happy, go lucky. Well, at least he's getting it right. Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye.
Did you talk to Don, Mr. Benny?
No, Mr. Wilson. He shut himself up in the closet, and the doctor can't get him out.
Oh, dear. I hope he isn't stuck again.
Again?
Yes. The last time he made a mistake, he forced himself into a closet, and we had to break down the wall to get him out.
The last time he made a mistake?
Yes, don't you remember? 2 years ago on one of your programs, he was supposed to say, I saw it in Drew Pearson's column. But instead of saying Drew Pearson, he said Dreer Pearson.
Oh, yes. Well, don't worry about it, Mrs. Wilson. I'm sure Don will be all right pretty soon. Now, kids, let's get on with the show.
Oh, hello, Mr. Benny.
Well, Dennis, about time you got here. I hope you have a good excuse for being late.
Oh, I have. You see, I was walking down the street, and I passed a gas station, and there was a car standing there getting gas.
And you had to stop and watch the car getting gasoline?
Oh, it wasn't that. There was a dog in the back seat of the car that attracted my attention. A white French poodle.
Oh, well, that is a rare species.
Yeah. The man told me the dog was worth over $2,000.
Gee.
And while I was standing there, the attendant happened to accidentally spill some gasoline on the ground. And before the man could stop him, the dog jumped out of the car and lapped up all the gasoline.
Gosh.
And then he made a crazy dash down the street, and when he got about 2 blocks away, he suddenly stopped and flopped right over on his side.
Dead?
No, he ran out of gas.
Dennis.
Hey, Phil, look how red he's getting.
Yeah.
You told me that story would burn him up.
Phil, did you give Dennis that story?
Yeah, Jackson, loosen up, laugh a little. That's a funny story.
It's funny. Dennis, how much did Phil charge you for that story?
Oh, he didn't charge me anything. It was an exchange.
An exchange?
Yeah, he told me the story, and I told him all about the complexities of emotional reactions.
I wondered where he got it. Now I'm wondering where you got it.
The doctor wrote it on my birth certificate.
That I can believe. Now, look, kid, it's time for your song, so let's have it.
Okay.
Oh, hold it a minute, kid. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Mr. Wilson's doctor.
Yes.
We just x-rayed Mr. Wilson and found some broken bones.
Broken bones? Where?
In his stomach. Tell Mrs. Wilson he finished his dinner.
Oh, I will. Sing, Dennis.
No one cared if he lived or died, and said sometimes the thunder and lightning make all the little clouds hide. He said her face in all kinds of weather, for the sun will always shine. Do your best and always remember the dark hours pass with time. He asked me if I'd tell all the world just how hard all the little clouds try. That's why I think I'll always remember little white clouds that cry. He said her face in all kinds of weather, for the sun will always shine.
the world just how hard all the little clouds try. That's why I think I'll always remember the little white cloud that sat right down and
That was Little White Cloud That Cried, sung by Dennis Day and accompanied by Phil Harris and his Gruen Wristwatch Orchestra. And now, folks...
Well, that's a new one. Jackson, why did you call my band the Gruen Wristwatch Orchestra?
Phil, if I've got to listen to them, I might as well get something for it.
Now, wait a minute, Jackson. You've just cast aspersions on a musical group that only last week played at the formal opening of the Pismo Beach Grunion Festival.
Very funny, Phil, but I happen to know that last week those little fish called Grunion weren't running.
That's why the committee hired my band.
What?
They put my boys on a barge, towed them 3 miles out. They played That's What I Like About the South, and the Grunion hit the beach like it was D-Day.
Really drove the fish out of the water, huh?
Well, I don't want to brag, but it was the first time they had halibut dancing in the streets of Oxnard.
No, Phil, that's not bragging. If you did it, you did it. However, tomorrow I'm taking a rumba lesson at Arthur Murray's, and if my partner turns out to be a flounder, I'm going to punch you right in the nose. So, Phil, the next time I say anything about your boy, just let it go.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Dennis?
How come Mary isn't here?
Huh? Oh, Mary's in Palm Springs. See, next week I have to go to New York. Mary's going with me, so I thought I'd let her take a little vacation.
You never give me a vacation.
Well, Dennis, when I give Mary a week off, we can fill in with more dialogue, but it's difficult to have a program without a song, so I can't do without a singer.
Excuses.
Huh?
We gave Kenny Baker a vacation.
What?
He's been gone 12 years.
Dennis.
When's he coming back? I'm getting tired.
Dennis, I didn't give Kenny Baker a vacation. He left because of another job that paid more money.
Gee, didn't that upset you?
No, I was his agent. Anyway, Dennis, that must be Don Wilson's doctor with another report. Hello?
I have a long-distance call from Mr. Jack Benny from Palm Springs.
Oh, this is Jack Benny.
One moment, please.
The Palm Springs Biltmore Hotel.
I have Miss Livingston's party.
I'm sorry, but Miss Livingston went out to play golf about 10 minutes ago.
Mr. Benny, Miss Livingston's not in now.
Gee, and I was so anxious to talk to her.
If you like, you can talk to me.
To you?
Yes, I have a message for you.
Oh, what is it?
Will you go over to Miss Livingston's house and leave a note for the milkman?
Well, certainly. What shall I say?
Just say sorry I couldn't meet you last night.
Miss Livingston wants me to leave that note for the milkman?
No, I do. I get to town once in a while, kid.
Okay, I'll do that for you.
Now, when Miss Livingston comes back, I'll tell her.
Miss, what frightened you?
2 mackerel just came through the lobby and they were dancing.
Gee, Phil's orchestra really drove them inland, didn't it?
What did you say?
Nothing. Goodbye. Now, Phil, since Don didn't prepare a commercial for the Sportsman, you will have
Just
to...
a minute, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
I have a commercial for the Sportsman to do. In fact, we rehearsed it this morning, didn't we, boys?
Well, Mrs. Wilson, I think it's wonderful that you... Oh, excuse me. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, what did you call for?
I want to ask you, boss, how long will you be in New York?
About a week.
You want me to run the usual ad in the paper?
What ad?
About renting your house while you're gone.
No, Rochester, not for just 1 week.
Boss, you sure are a changed man.
What do you mean?
You once rented your house when you went to the movies.
It was a Jane Russell picture, and I didn't know when I'd get back. Now, Rochester, hang up and get back to your work.
Boss, I have been working.
I wash the dishes, polish the silver, vacuum the rugs, wax the floors, mop the kitchen, and after I finish listening to your program, I'm going to clean the woodwork and wash the windows.
Wait a minute. You're taking time out to listen to my program?
What do you mean, time out? That word, too.
Oh, well, Rochester, I'll be home right after the show. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss.
Now what?
Mr. Wolfe Gilbert is here to see you.
Wolfe Gilbert? The songwriter?
Yeah, I told him you were at the studio, and he's on his way down to see you right now.
Oh, that's wonderful. Rochester, did you tell him about the song I wrote?
No, boy.
Why not?
That and how you look in the morning are my guarded secrets.
Well, I'll tell him myself when he gets here. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hey, kid, Wolfe Gilbert, the songwriter's coming over to see me. What a songwriter. You know, he wrote Waiting for the Robert E. Lee, Down Yonder, The Peanut Vendor, Lilac Time, and, a great bunch of songs. Gee, I'll be glad to see him. Now, Mrs. Wilson, before he gets here, we better do the commercial. What's the thing you've prepared with the boys?
Well, Mr. Benny, since Don is so upset over the mistake he made on your television show, I thought it would be nice if the boys sang something to cheer him up a little.
Well, good. Don will probably be listening to it. Take it, boys.
Be lucky and go happy, that is what Don Wilson said. Now 40 million people know why he is sick and dead. But don't you worry, Don, old boy, you'll still collect your pay. If in the future you make sure that this is what you say. Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better, take be happy, go lucky strike today. Get out of bed and take a walk, the air will do you good. Don't try to hide and save your pride, your buck was understood. Why, any one of us could make a similar mistake. But don't feel bad, just watch it, Dad, be right for goodness sake. Be happy, go happy, get better, take be happy, go lucky strike today.
Be happy and go lucky is a slogan you know well. So say it right on Sunday night or I will get Bonzel.
Be happy, go happy, get better, take be happy, go lucky strike today.
Now, that was wonderful, Mrs. Wilson, and if Don heard it, I'm sure it must have brightened up his little closet. Now, kid, as soon as we... Hey, that must be Wolfe Gilbert now. Come in. Hello, Jack. Wolfe! Wolfe, it certainly is a pleasure to see you.
Well, I stopped over at your house, and Rochester sent me to the studio.
Yes, I know.
And, Jack, I wish you'd tell Mary I'm sorry that I only had a dime.
What are you talking about? Mary's in Palm Springs.
She is?
Yes.
Well, who's that girl who checked my hat?
Oh, that's Barbara Stanwyck.
Barbara Stanwyck checking hats for you? Wasn't she on your television show last Sunday?
Yes, and she didn't read the fine print in her contract. Now, Wolfe, I'd like you to meet my orchestra leader. Oh, Phil, this is Mr. Gilbert, the famous songwriter.
Glad to know you, Gilbert. Where's Sullivan?
This isn't Gilbert and Sullivan. This is Wolfe Gilbert. He had nothing to do with Sullivan. Now, Dennis, come here. Now, Dennis, don't you want to shake hands with Mr. Gilbert?
Sure, not if he wouldn't be after having anything to do with the Sullivan, and truth be God, and bad success to him, too.
Dennis, behave yourself. Now, Wolfe, how he got mixed up with an Irish line, I'll never understand. A straight line, yes, but an Irish line, this I will never figure out. Now, Wolfe, was there something special you wanted to see me about?
Yes, Jack. I really had a trip to make over here. I wanted to talk to you about the song you wrote.
Uh-huh.
So I heard that you've been having a little bad luck. I mean, about trouble with it.
Yeah, well, yes, and frankly, I can't understand it, Wolfe. I wrote my song 3 months ago, and it still isn't on the hit parade. I haven't even been able to get it published.
Well, Jack, believe me, it's nothing to worry about. You mustn't become discouraged. You know, it isn't easy to get a song to be a hit.
But, Wolfe, you didn't have any trouble. Look at Robert E. Lee, Lilac Time, The Peanut Vendor. And how about your latest hit, Down Yonder? Everybody's singing that.
Yes, I know, Jack. I'm grateful. But that's what I wanted to tell you. It's true, Down Yonder is a hit today. When I wrote that song 30 years ago, it was a flop.
Down Yonder was a flop?
Yeah, Jack today and this big hit.
I know.
Well, so you see, Jack, 30 years from now, your song may be a success, too.
I mean, but who can wait that long? I'm 39 now. In 30 years, I'll be 45. By the way, how old are you?
65.
And they call you Wolfe?
Quiet, Phil. By the way, why do they call you Wolfe?
Well, I didn't spend all my time waiting for the Robert E. Lee.
You know, that Waiting for the Robert E. Lee was a great song, too. Now, Wolfe, as one composer to another, how do you go about writing your songs?
Jack, it is really inspiration. Mostly inspiration. Now, you take Robert E. Lee. I happened to be in New Orleans one morning. I was sitting on the levee, looking over the broad Mississippi. It was a beautiful day, and I felt wonderful. As I watched this solitary riverboat loom out of the morning haze and majestically drift by, an idea, some words, a lyric, came to my mind, and I just had to put it down on paper. Now tell me, Jack, what inspired you to write your song?
Well, it's an amazing coincidence, Wolfe. One day I came home after a broadcast. It was a dismal, rainy day. I had a headache. My stomach was upset. My feet hurt. And as I walked into the house, I tripped and broke my glasses and split my lip. Then I sat down and wrote, "When you say I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you." And yet, from the lyrics and music of my song, you'd never guess how much I was suffering, would you?
Well, who's got enough money in the bank to answer that one?
Phil, be quiet. Well, anyway, Wolfe, I do want to thank you for your advice, and it made me feel a whole lot better. But as long as you're here, how about you and I doing one of the numbers you wrote? Robert E. Lee. How about it, folks? Now, Wolfe, I'll get my violin, and you start the verse, and we'll each take a part of it, the quartet, too. Wait till I get my violin. Okay, boys, let's have it.
Way down on the levee in old Alabama, there's Daddy and Mammy, little Ethan and Sammy. On a moonlight night you can find them all. While they're waiting, the banjos are syncopating.
What's that they're saying? What's that they're saying? While they keep playing, I'm humming and swaying. It's a good ship, Robert E. Lee, that's come to carry the cotton away.
Watch them shuffling along. See them shuffling along. So take your best gal, your real pal. Go down to the levee. I said the levee and just join that shuffling song. Hear that music and song. It's simply great, mate. Waiting on the levee. Waiting for
Here I come, folks. Thank you, Wolfe. Thank you very much. You're an inspiration to young songwriters.
Thanks, Jack. I hope I inspired you, too.
Oh, you did. So long, Wolfe.
Goodbye, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, your armed forces are short of 300,000 pints of blood a month, a shortage that may cost us thousands of American lives. We know you are going to give blood. We ask that you give it now. Call your Red Cross today. This is an urgent request.
Remember, a gift of blood is a gift from the heart. Thank you.
Mr. Benny will be back in just a moment. But first...
Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Friends, whenever you want the smooth, mellow, completely enjoyable taste of truly fine tobacco, reach for a Lucky. For the difference between just smoking and really enjoying your smoke is the taste of a cigarette. And Lucky's taste better for two important reasons. First, LSMFT. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, mild tobacco that tastes better. There's no substitute for fine tobacco, and don't let anybody tell you different. Second, Lucky's are made to taste better. In fact, they're the best made of all 5 principal brands. Yes, you'll be happy when you go Lucky, because Lucky's taste better. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. So next time you buy cigarettes, try a carton of Lucky's. You'll find Lucky's taste better.
Be happy, go lucky strike today.
Well, folks, this ends another show. We'll be with you again next Sunday night at the very same... Excuse me a minute. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Don Wilson's doctor.
Oh, yes, Doctor. Is Don feeling better?
Yes, I'm happy to report that he came out of the closet.
Good.
I took his pulse, and it's normal. His heartbeat is strong. His blood pressure is fine. I took his temperature, and it's 46.
46? Isn't that a little low?
Not for a man who's hiding in the deep freeze.
Well, when he thaws out, tell him that I hope he'll be better soon. Goodbye.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. This is Mrs. Don Wilson reminding you to listen to your hit parade with Guy Lombardo every Thursday night, presented by Lucky Strike. Consult your newspaper for time and station. The Jack Benny program is being selected as one of the programs to be heard by our armed forces overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Stay tuned for the In Command show which follows immediately. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Program transcribed, presented by Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Friends, smoking enjoyment depends on taste, and taste alone. Yes, in a cigarette, it's the taste that makes the difference. And you can taste the difference in a Lucky Strike. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. Yes, Lucky's taste better, and here's why. First, LSMFT, Lucky Strike, means fine tobacco. Fine, mild tobacco that tastes better. There's no substitute for fine tobacco, and don't let anybody tell you different. Second, Lucky's are made to taste better. In fact, they're the best made of all 5 principal brands. Yes, that's a fact, established by tests measuring those important factors of workmanship that affect the taste of cigarettes. Tests made in the research laboratory of the American Tobacco Company and verified by leading independent laboratory consultants. So remember, your smoking enjoyment depends on taste, and taste alone. And you'll find Lucky's taste better. Always so mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. Make your next carton Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky strike today.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
You see, Don, you said it very well.
Yes, dear, I can do it all right here at home, but if I had to do it on the program, I'd be a nervous wreck. I can't face Jack after the mistake I made on his television show. Imagine me saying, be lucky, go happy.
Well, perhaps you'll feel better by the time Jack gets back from New York.
Oh, is he going to New York?
Yes, he's going to try to get his song published. As a matter of fact, he called a few minutes ago to say goodbye. The time he called, he and Rochester were in the midst of their last minute.
Boss, I guess that does it.
Are you sure you packed everything?
Uh-huh. Say, Mr. Benny, you do so much traveling. Why don't you get some new luggage?
Rochester, I wouldn't part with these bags for anything. They were with me through my entire career.
They were?
Yep. Now, you take those 2 bags over there. I was just a youngster leaving home when my father went out and bought them for me.
Your father bought them for you? Where were you going?
He didn't care as long as I went. You know, Rochester, if these bags could only talk, I mean, the stories they could tell of my first days in show business.
What was your first act like?
I was a concert violinist.
No!
Yes, I was. In fact, that's why I wrote my song, to satisfy the music in my soul. When you say, I beg your pardon, then I'll come back to you. When you ask me to forgive you, I'll return. What a song. You know, as soon as I get off the train in New York, I'm taking it straight to a publisher. By the way, where did you pack my song, Rochester?
In that big bag.
Good.
You'll find it between your underwear and your sandwiches.
Did you wrap the sandwiches in wax paper?
No, we didn't have any.
Gee, I hope nothing from the sandwiches gets on my song.
Personally, I hope nothing from the song gets on his
Never mind that. I'll answer the door, Rochester. That's Miss Livingston. She's going to New York with me. Coming. Hello, dollface.
Why, Blue Eyes, I didn't think you cared.
Oh, I thought it was Mary. Come on in.
Hey, Jackson, I'm glad I caught you before you left for New York. I wanted to thank you for lending me that $1,000  2 weeks ago, and I'm happy to say that I can pay it back to you right now.
The $1,000? You can?
Yeah. Here you are.
Thank you, Phil. Excuse me just a minute. Hello? Prudential? This is Jack Benny. I'd like to cancel that life insurance policy I took out on Phil Harris. Thank you. Goodbye.
Jackson, do you mean to say that after you loaned me that $1,000, you took out an insurance policy on my life?
Certainly, Phil. That's just good business.
But how come I didn't know about it? Wasn't I supposed to sign the application?
Well, I signed it for you.
Well, that's awful, Jackson. You mean you forged my act?
Well, I can do that. It's in your contract.
Oh. Well, what kind of a policy did you take out on me?
$1,000, straight life.
Well, didn't you know that by paying a little extra, you could have got double indemnity?
I knew it, but I didn't want to be tempted. I'm only human, you know.
Excuse me, Mr. Benny.
All right, Chaz.
Hello, Mr. Harris. Mr. Benny, will it be all right if I take next Sunday off?
Let's see. Next Sunday, huh?
I have a date.
A date? Oh, with Susie?
No, this is a new girl, and I can only see her on Sundays.
Oh, does she work the rest of the week?
No, she hasn't got a job.
Then why can you only see her on Sundays?
Her boyfriend is on the Amos and Andy show.
Oh.
I got him the job.
Oh, all right, Rochester. You can have Sunday off.
Thanks, boss.
Come in. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Phil.
Just call me Dollface.
Phil, it was a mistake.
Say, Jack, I came here by cab, and the driver hasn't got change for 20. Can you lend me $1?
Sure, Mary. Here.
Thanks. Excuse me, fellas. I want to pay the cab.
Look, Jackson, I think I'll be running the
Oh, wait a
line.
minute, Phil.
Go.
Phil, wait a minute.
Huh?
I'm glad Mary stepped out. I want to ask you something.
What?
Well, while we're back east, Mary will spend all her time in Plainfield, and, well, I may want to go dancing with a girl some night in New York. Do you know any numbers?
Jack. You dog, you.
Phil, Mary will be back soon. Don't you know any girls in New York? I mean, can't you give me a few numbers?
Look, Jackson, I can do better than that. I'll give you my old address book. Here. Whoop.
I dropped it.
Phil, that's your address book?
It's got over 1,200 pages in it.
1,200 pages of nothing but girls' names?
There's also some comments by the authors.
All right, Phil, thanks for the book. I'll have it crated and shipped to New York. I really appreciate it, you know.
I took care of it, Jack. You ready?
Just about.
You know, Jackson, I think you're kind of silly going to New York just to have your song published.
I'm not silly, Phil. I just have a lot of faith in my song.
Jack's right, Phil. Most of our prominent composers today start as one big hit, like Hoagie Carmichael.
Yeah, he got his start with Stardust.
And Cole Porter.
That's right. He wrote Night and Day.
And what about Joe Rhines?
Yeah, what about... Wait a minute, Mary. What did Joe Rhines write?
Ajax, the foaming cleanser.
Look, kids, if you two are trying to make fun of me, you're wasting your time. I'm going to New York, and we're... Oh, darn. Come in! Oh, it's Dennis.
Yeah. I came by to see if you like the song I'm going to do on next Sunday's program.
Well, I'm glad you did come by, Dennis. Not only do I want to hear your song, but I'd hate to go away without saying goodbye to you.
Look, let's get this over with.
What?
I feel awful.
Why? What's the matter, Dennis?
Well, I'd never eaten oysters in my life, and everybody keeps telling me how good they are, so this afternoon I ordered some for lunch. Ooh, my stomach.
Well, kid, maybe you got stuck with some bad oysters. Were they spoiled?
How should I know?
Well, you should be able to tell when you take them out of the shell.
Oh, out of the shell!
Dennis, Blue Point Head. Sing your song.
Okay, but if I rattle a bit on the high notes, blame the shells.
Never mind, just sing, will you?
Because you come to me with not save love and hold my hand and lift mine eyes above. A wide world of hope and joy I see because you come to me. Because you speak to me in accents sweet, I find the roses waiting round my feet, and I am led through tears and joy to thee. Because you speak to me. Because God made thee mine, I'll cherish thee through light and darkness, through all time to be, and pray His love may make our love divine. Because God made thee mine. Through light and darkness, through all time to be, and pray His love may make our love divine. Because I made thee mine.
Dennis, that sounded wonderful. It'll be great on the program.
Gee, thanks.
Now, Mary, we'd better get going to the station. I'll call Rochester and tell him to get the car out.
Oh, you don't have to, Mr. Benny. I'll drive you down in my car.
Oh, good.
Look, Jackson, I'm going to be running along. Say, look, if I want to contact you in New York, where'll you be staying?
Oh, the same place I always do, the Acme Plaza Hotel.
Oh, Jack, not that dump again.
Mary, it's not a dump. Some very famous people stay there.
He's right, Livy. Last time we were in New York, I visited Jackson at the Acme Plaza, and I noticed that Hosea Turby was staying there, too.
Are you sure?
Certainly I'm sure. He had the room right next to Jackson, And he had his name on a sign hanging on the outside of his door, Hosea Turby.
That was do not disturb. Hosea Turby.
Just trying to help you. So long, Livy. Have a pleasant trip, Jackson.
Thanks, Phil.
See you when we get back, Phil. All right, Dennis, come on. We'll go in your car.
Say, Jack, when you're in New York, do you think you'll find time to come out to Plainfield and have dinner with my family?
Oh, sure. I'd love to have. Dennis, if you're going to make a turn, make it.
I'm not going to make a turn.
Then why do you keep sticking your hand out?
I want to see if it's raining.
What?
If it is, I'll stop and put the top up.
Jack.
Wait a minute, Mary. Wait a minute. I'm trying to figure that one out. Now, let's see. If the top is down, why does he have to stick his hand out to see if it's raining? Dennis!
Quiet. I'm trying to figure it out, too.
Thank goodness. Here's the railroad station. Dennis, pull up to the main entrance.
Okay.
Watch your step, Mary. Well, thanks, Dennis. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Have a nice trip.
We will. Goodbye.
Bye, Dennis.
Goodbye.
Why isn't there a porter around when you want one?
A porter? Jack, you always carry your own bag.
Well, I can't this time. Yesterday I hurt my shoulder.
Carry your bag, sir?
Yes. But first, would you mind signing these papers?
Jack, what's that all about?
I told you I hurt my shoulder. If he signs these papers, he can get his tip from the Blue Cross. Just sign right here, boy, huh?
Mister, I don't know who you are, but I've been a porter at this station for a long time, and only once before did I run across a man who presented a similar situation.
Who was that?
I don't know who he was, but it was 20 years ago, and he got off a train that arrived from Waukegan.
Come on, Mary, let's go.
I'll never forget him. He had a violin and gypsy earrings.
Mary, come on, let's go.
Well, after I carried his bag out to the taxi stand, I held out my hand.
Did you get anything?
Get anything? He charged me 2 bits for reading my palm.
Mary, let's go. We're not interested in this man's life.
Here's your baggage check, sir.
Thank you. Come on, Mary, let's go in the station. Gee, look at all these people here.
Yeah.
Train leaving on track 5 for Anaheim. Azusa and Coop Commander.
Mary, let's go over to the information desk, see if our train's going to leave on time.
Attention, please. Attention. The train for Anaheim, Azusa, and Cucamonga will be delayed indefinitely. Definitely is 2 miles this side of Cucamonga.
Now, let's see. Let's see. There's the... Nobody else has that kind of stuff happen at a station. There's the information desk. Oh, pardon me, mister, but is the super chief leaving on time?
I don't know.
What gate does it leave from?
I don't know.
Well, what track does it leave on?
I don't know.
If you don't know anything, what are you doing behind that information desk?
I had to get behind something. I ripped my pants.
Come on, on, Mary. Let's go.
Attention, please. Attention. Will the holder of baggage check number 6847-35904 please go to the station master's office? You have just won a turkey.
Imagine raffling off a turkey at a railroad station. But can a guy find out what time his train leaves? No.
Jack, they just put up the notice on the bulletin board. We have 20 minutes.
Oh, good. That'll give me time to go to the newsstand.
Yes, I want to get some magazines, too.
Gee, I hope the porter will be careful with my luggage. I brought along 600 sandwiches.
600 sandwiches?
If this train gets snowbound, I'll make a fortune. Mary, I think the newsstand is over here.
Say, Jeanette. Jeanette, look, there's Mary Livingston. Ain't she the lucky one?
Yeah, imagine having Jack Benny on your arm.
Oh, is that who that is? I thought she won the turkey.
Attention, please. Attention. The Sunset Limited now arriving on track 8. The El Capitan now arriving on track 6. And you'll never guess what's happening on track 4.
What?
Sure, it's posted to come.
Mary, what magazines do you
Hurry, hurry, hold on. Hurry, hold on. Sure, it's posted to come.
Mary, what magazines do you...
Oh, Jack, look. Isn't that Don Wilson's wife over there?
Where? Oh, yeah. Oh, Mrs. Wilson.
Oh, there you are. I've been looking for you, Mr. Benny.
Well, didn't Don come down with you?
No, Mr. Benny. He's just too ashamed to face you after that mistake he made.
On my television show? But it was nothing. Anybody could have said, be lucky, go happy, instead of be happy, go lucky. All he did was twist a word around. That's all.
All aboard. Train now leaving on track 5 for Anaheim, Azusa, and Mangakuka.
You see, anybody can make a mistake. Oh, look, Mrs. Wilson, the Sportsman Quartet is here, too.
Yes, Don wanted me to bring them down to give you a send-off.
Oh, they didn't have to do that.
But they wanted to, Mr. Benny. You're going back east where the weather's pretty chilly right now, and they want to give you some advice.
Oh.
Tell him, boys.
Button up your overcoat when the wind is free. Take good care of yourself. Careful, Mr. B. Eat an apple every day. Go to bed by 3. Take good care of yourself. Pass an NBC. Be careful crossing streets. Ooh, don't eat meat. Ooh, cut out sweets. Ooh, you mustn't gain a pound. You're on TV. If you're ever feeling bad, call a doctor too. Take good care of yourself, 'cause we all love you. When you're buying cigarettes, buy the brand new lie. Take good care of yourself, smoke a Lucky Strike. When you're driving in a car, or you're on a high, take good care of yourself, smoke a Lucky Strike.
There'll be no puff that's rough.
Ooh,
Sure enough.
ooh,
No rough puff.
ooh. Why not be happy and go lucky? Lucky's have a better taste. That's a fact you see. Brown fern, fully packed, careless MFT. We never care about the weather when we get together. We light a Lucky Strike.
Thank you very, very much, boys. Thank you. Thanks.
Attention, please. Attention. Will the holder of baggage check number 6847-35904 please come and get this turkey? Please? Oh, shut up.
Jack, I've got some magazines, so let's get on the train.
Okay.
Oh, mister.
Yes, Porter?
I can't find your space on the train. May I see your ticket?
Yes, here you are.
Oh, no wonder I couldn't find it. This is a coach ticket.
A coach ticket? Well, I don't know how that happened, but I better go and change it and get a Pullman.
Yes, sir. And here's 15 cents.
15 cents? What's that for?
Your bag fell open, and I ate one of them.
Thanks.
Man, what peanut butter.
Come on, Mary. I want to get my ticket changed to a Pullman. Let me see. Where's the ticket window? Oh, here's a window that isn't busy here. Oh, mister. Are you the ticket agent?
If I'm not, I made $2,000 today. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to exchange this ticket.
Oh, did you get it for Christmas?
No, I didn't get it for Christmas. Just that this ticket is for the coach, and I'd like to ride Pullman. Now, look, my train leaves in a few minutes, so will you please...
Pardon me, but would you mind if we went ahead of you?
Huh?
We just got married, and we're very anxious to get away. Ain't we, honey?
Well, that's all right. Go right ahead.
Where would you like to go?
Any place. We just want to get away before our parents catch up with us. They objected to us getting married.
They did? Why?
They tried to tell us we're too young.
Too young to really be in love?
They said that love's a word we've only heard. I begin to know the meaning of it. Ain't that right, honey? And yet we're not too young to know. Our love will last, though years may go.
Well, don't you worry. Someday they may recall. You are not too young at all. Well, here's a ticket and congratulations.
Thank you. And it was very nice of you to let us go ahead of you. Would you like to kiss the bride?
No, thanks.
Everybody refuses. Come on, dear. We're leaving for our honeymoon.
Now, Clerk, how about waiting on me?
Oh, yes, you want a Pullman. Here you are, compartment A.
Thank you. Tell me, Clerk, do I have to change trains?
Indubitably.
What?
Indubitably is 2 miles east of definitely.
You're insane.
Insane is 2 miles north of Indubitably.
Now, cut that out. Just give me my ticket.
All right. All we have to do now is transfer your luggage. Do you have your baggage tag?
Yes.
What is the number?
The number? Oh, here it is. 6847-35904.
Well, you won the ticket!
What?
I found the winner!
Oh, no, you don't. I'm not taking that silly bird.
Both to the concern, man.
Oh, come on, Mary. Let's get on the train.
Ladies and gentlemen, your armed forces are short of 300,000 pints of blood a month. A shortage that may cost us thousands of American lives. We know you're going to give blood. We ask you to give it now. Call your Red Cross today. This is an urgent request. In the Los Angeles area, the telephone number is Dunkirk 45261. Dunkirk 45261. Remember, a gift of blood is a gift from the heart. Thank you. Jack will be back in just a moment, but first...
Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Friends, whenever you want the smooth, mellow, completely enjoyable taste of truly fine tobacco, reach for a Lucky. For the difference between just smoking and really enjoying your smoke is the taste of a cigarette. And Lucky's taste better for 2 important reasons. First, LSMFT, Lucky Strike, means fine tobacco. Fine, mild tobacco that tastes better. There's no substitute for fine tobacco, and don't let anybody tell you different. Second, Lucky's are made to taste better. In fact, they're the best made of all 5 principal brands.
Yes, you'll be happy when you go Lucky, because Lucky's taste better. So mild, so smooth, so firm and fresh, with better taste in every puff. So next time you buy a cigarette, try a carton of Lucky's. You'll find Lucky's taste better.
Be happy, go lucky, strike today.
Now let's see. 594, 595, 596, 597, 598, 599, 600. 600 sandwiches. That's what I started out with. How do you like that, Porter, giving me 15 cents just to get a laugh? Oh, well, good night.
The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes. This is Don Wilson reminding you to listen to your hit parade with Guy Lombardo every Thursday night, presented by Lucky Strike. Consult your newspaper for time and station. The Jack Benny program has been selected as one of the programs to be heard by our armed forces overseas through the facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Stay tuned for the Amos and Andy Show. It's followed immediately.
That's right. This is the CBS Radio Network.